Welcome to it. We just finished watching House of the Dragon, episode 2. I don't even know what the title. They never put the title.
It just said episode 2 when it first uploaded. I never actually stopped to
Queen's
check.
Landing.
Queen's
Landing. Later.
Is that the name?
That's the name. Queen's Landing.
Whatever. Okay.
I'll give him that. That's a good pun for it. I was like, all right.
No.
I like it.
Nothing.
Gary, you got to get around the horn immediately.
Dude, we're going to get around the horn immediately, and we're going to start with Ryan.
This show's really frustrating to watch because like there's moments and things they do that I like. Like I like a lot of Damon stuff in this episode. And all the Damon stuff in this episode are all changes, right? They're all changes from the book because Damon should not be involved in this at all in any way, shape, or form. And I liked a lot of the Damon stuff. But then the other changes they make are infuriating and frustrating. This episode didn't play out the way I kind of expected it to because of how last episode ended and the fallout we expected with the sheep stealer stuff. I didn't expect them to play it the way that they did it before we get in any spoilers. It's frustrating to watch because all the little things are there. Like there's actors that I really like. Some of the visual effects are just fucking phenomenal. But half of the shit they do just seems retarded. And it's a very infuriating show to watch where you like some of the stuff they do and hate some of the stuff that they do.
Yeah, Shad.
I'm pretty much there with Ryan on that one where, I mean, on a surface level, if you're not really paying attention, I think this show is very engaging. Is it enjoyable? I don't know, because there's so few characters to root for, and those problems that has been in this show are really coming home to roost in this episode where you're like, okay, crappy people doing things for power and, you know, stuff happens. But, I mean, Damon is dynamic enough, and he came off a bit of a badass in this episode, and so that was kind of cool, but that's also, again, very surface level. If you start to look at what's actually going on, there are some big questions about some of the choices in this episode that I'm wondering about, and somewhere I was just like, okay, what? Why did you do that?
Can we say it, Shad, that Damon should just be the fucking king? Can we forget about all this other garbage going on? Damon Targaryen should be king of Westeros.
Easy by far. They really, in this episode, they really tried to make Rhaenyra look sympathetic. It felt like, where, you know, it almost like the underlining unspoken narrative of this episode was almost like trying to say, yeah, she's the one who really deserves the throne, kind of thing. When she doesn't, she's an awful queen, and she's still making, you know, massive mistakes stuff. And so I'm at a point where I'm still processing certain things. I'm trying to think about the coup, how they captured the city, how much of it is justified, and we'll have a discussion on that, I'm sure. But then there are other things that are more blatantly just thinking, what? And again, so the more you think about it, the kind of more problems you find. Yet, I have a feeling people will still be enjoying the show just for the fact that this is what I can give credit for. The status quo is changing. Dynamic things are happening. Things are being shifted and upended, and I like that about what's going on. At least it isn't maintaining, and things that seem to be moving and changing and stuff, and that's certainly keeping me interested. So I can give it that much.
Do you guys think, real quick, do you guys think that this was supposed to be episode 10 of season 2?
Broadly,
like that's what it felt like. Like we know everything that happened. I wasn't sure how much maybe got combined, and maybe they put things together for the last 2 episodes into episode 1. But it feels like these were the penultimate and the finale for season 2.
I wish it was, so that I knew not to get excited for season 3. I wish that they gave us these episodes 2 years ago, so that I didn't sit here thinking, yeah, season 3, yeah, I got that to look forward to.
Fringy.
Show's over, man. It's done. I've lost complete confidence in their ability to basically write. It's over. Yeah, now it's going to be one of these shows where I watch just from like the perspective of what retarded stupid shit is going to happen this episode. What's the stupid theme that you think is brilliant that actually isn't, with like some really embarrassing choices for symbolism, because that's clearly like what you're obsessed with. It's over. It's like, it's just stupid now. Now it's become like a stupid show. And yeah, I've lost any confidence essentially that it's going to get better from here. Like now it's going to be this kind of show where you can never really sort of go into it with that sort of overarching confidence that they know what they're doing. Now when something's happening, if it appears to be interesting, they'll be like, yeah, might not be though. might actually lead somewhere terrible. So yeah, man, I'm really unhappy with it. That was supremely disappointing.
Mahler.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. I just watched it with you, so I know what you think. How about the audience?
So, how other best way to summarize than saying written by Sarah Hess?
Yes.
That was the warning. They told me. I can't complain. They said, hey, this is what this is. And I was like, yeah, I'll watch. And they're like, so what were you expecting? I thought it was fucking awful. I thought this is the end of the show for me as well. It was on a cliff's edge with episode 1. We were panicking on a lot of choices. It just fucking tumbled into the abyss. They've decapitated my interest and my faith, and that is irrelevant of any auto plotline, by the way. I know a lot of people assume that's where my rage is going to come from. It ain't. This is the second worst episode behind season 1, episode 9, as far as I'm concerned. Which also makes sense, because that was written by Sarah Hess.
I'm sensing a pattern. Profoundly disappointed. Az is going to be incorrigible after this. Az, I don't want to fucking hear it. I like to enjoy things. I thought there might be a chance for this season. I didn't hate season 2. I am thoroughly disappointed and not liking most of what I see. There, like with Ryan, fan of the books, there are moments that weren't in the books. Seeing Damon partying up with the North and the Rivermen, like that's cool. I would have rather seen the fish feed instead of singing about it, but I still think that was cool. But ultimately, it's a dumb show. They're doing very dumb things that are very hard to believe. And you brought it up, Shad. I think this is Game of Thrones for secondary viewing now. I think you're on your phone and you look up, oh, a dragon. Oh, we changed the scene. There's some fighting. Okay, cool. But if you sit down and just watch it, none of this shit makes sense. And I'm gonna say it. Fuck you, George R. Martin. This is another thing your fat, lazy ass wouldn't be involved in anymore. And now it's fucked up. Because he clearly was holding this thing together. And I don't know why people let Sarah Hess write. And after watching Supergirl and this, and then playing Mixtape, women shouldn't be allowed to write anything. Ever.
Oh, they're ruining everything.
To be honest, that's the moral of this entire show is women are the problem.
Yes, it is. And
so, you know, Shad, you said they wanted Rhaenyra to be sympathetic. There's certainly some of that there. The fallout of the death of Jace and her emotional like stuff and everything like that. One of the things I said before we went live is I appreciated how utterly useless Rhaenyra came off through the whole thing. Because I was worried when just her and Damon walk in there and she's got the fucking sword on her belt.
She put her hand on the hilt. I'm like, what is she gonna do?
Exactly.
Well,
and
even when she draws the sword and they kind of just laugh at her, it's
laugh.
like,
yeah.
And I was really worried they were gonna have her start doing shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the time she actually does, it's on full display. I guess that's what I mean. What I appreciate is it's on full display for everyone. Everyone can see that she's not up to the task, that she's overly emotional, that she's kind of weak for both her advisors and now all the people at King's Landing. And I guess I'm surprised that they did that and didn't make her just fucking
flip it out, flip it around a couple times and go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or didn't just like this stone cold face where she chops off Otto's head.
Ryan,
and, like,
I think they did that with the symbolism afterwards. I think it was all leading into the bloody footprints.
The bloody footprints.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
This is what I mean.
Super subtle.
I look at that as like, oh no, what you were interested in is, oh no, and then Allison comes in, oh no, and then she sees that her friend, her childhood friend, has killed her father. Oh, what drama! And it's like, dude, I don't like what. Why is this the priority right now? Like, what? Why is this what we're trying to draw the focus on? for this story. Like, yeah, this is where the real story's at here. It's just
And
like,
they just keep dispensing all these great actors too, like Garp from One Piece. He's just like just a Kingsguard who's got a few lines. That guy's a great actor. You know, Reese
Garp?
Yeah.
from One Piece. Yeah, I don't know the actor's name. Reese Ifans. Did I say it close to right, Lawler? Am I getting better? No.
You're doing wonderfully.
Thank you. They bring him in for one fucking scene. One scene. You know, when you could have had more up to this point, because his ending is correct to the book, but you could have had more before that. That's where I question. And there's a lot going on in this episode. There's a lot of scenes, so it's going to feel like there was a lot going on. But if you think about some of them, shit. I
that
think
was
we
their
should just
plan,
go through
and
it.
it worked. Their stupid plan, their insane, crazy plan works. How? How is that possible? Sorry.
No, it's okay, because if you think of, there's a way it's explained in the book, which, I mean, we can just stop bringing up the book. I think it's so far off it now that like it really doesn't really matter. The butterfly wings.
They do take King's Landing with relative ease and with very little bloodshed, and Allison is involved in that, and the Gold Cloaks are involved in that, but it happens in a much different way. And you know what? Maybe the fact that it's not explained all that much in the book, that it is rather vague, makes you kind of go by it and not think, I wonder how that actually went down. And when you see it, somebody try to write it and change parts of it.
Well, thank goodness we gave it to the powerhouse writer that is Sarah Hess.
Yeah, it's very, like, you're watching, you're like, okay, but could this really possibly happen? Like, we only have, 5 people for Damon to kill? Like, is that really all the people that would have stepped up? I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm kind of questioning, because there is an underlining logic to it, and it's that dragons are the ultimate weapon. They're the nuclear bombs. All the big defending dragon isn't there. They come in with 4, and they basically have the entire city at ransom. It will almost make more sense if they make that really clear. If you harm any one of us, the city burns. Lay down your arms. And then it would almost make more sense that no one will, because they have that there.
Yeah, and Adam was supposed to be there, not Wolf Q, but and circling the city to make sure nothing happened. And there's also a big change with Alice Rivers that I want to discuss later. Don't let me forget that, because I don't like it at all. I don't like what they did with her, and I like that character. I actually liked her. So
It was so obvious too. Like,
Yeah.
when you see what the next time you see it, you're like, oh, that's why they did that. I see.
Nice. Set up and pay off in the same episode, man. That's great. Well, for your serialized television show, when you set up a payoff 20 minutes before, that's some good stuff right there, man. Yeah.
So we start off with the end of the Battle of the Gullet. Jace is dead, and Corlys is missing, and people are looking for him, and there's some of the Triarchy still there to mop up, but they're returning Jace's body to Dragonstone. Very somber scene. And now I'm gonna say, and you said it earlier, Fring, like
I did, yes. The
Emma
performance is
D'Arcy's
great.
performance in this scene is really good. Really good.
Screenshot notwithstanding.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Credit to the reaction response, and it felt real.
Yeah,
I got you, Gary. I got you.
you got me.
I mean, it was a good performance, and obviously
Thanks,
she's
buddy.
melting down. But
You know, one thing that didn't. Sorry, yeah, maybe
everything about Rhaenyra in this episode, screams, this is not somebody who should be queen.
No.
This is not somebody who
Right.
can handle the pressures of leadership. This is not somebody who can, despite loss and despite all these things that happen, make a somewhat rational decision. And look, there's men that might not make rational decisions at time, whatever. But there's no way that the majority of people would be looking at her and thinking this is our long-term leader. Just not possible.
And the other thing that kind of came to my mind in that scene, and look, I think it's justified for a character in the scene, but if you're looking from a detached perspective that's not hooked in the emotion, it is another one of those scenes of her just taking, deflecting all accountability and blaming everyone else. Now, you would in that state where your child has been lost, so you want to blame someone, and you're probably not going to blame yourself because you'd commit suicide, but there's fault on her behalf, and she doesn't. Not at one point does she acknowledge or realize that if I went out, that would have been me. Like this actually confirms Jace's actions in locking her away to save her life. Jace actually did save her life in essentially sacrificing himself in going out there in her stead. And I'm not blaming her that she doesn't realize that in her emotional state, but there is that aspect. This
reaction is completely like understandable for a mother that's just lost another one of her children in the span of like a month or whatever, right? However, it's not reasonable for somebody who's supposed to be the ruler of this continent.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, just like episode 1, it's borderline petulance for a lot of the people who she resides over, which is going to cause hopefully more problems that the show will have consequences for. I don't really have any issue with this scene. I have issues with how we got here. One of the things that really bugs me, and this episode tries to lampshade it and get away with it, is what the fuck were the 3 dragons doing? They should have been at the gullet. There's no explanation for that other than, we just
Budget.
Waited around. Well, yeah, we know meta reasons why and changes or whatever they make, but she should be fucking furious that never took place. But then again, she can't really because she never commanded it either. She was just like, I'm just going to go there myself. Because, the assumption is they're dealing with Vhagar, but they weren't. What the fuck is that? There's no communication. There's nothing. And of course, we see them at the end of the gullet battle. They do just turn up at the end. It's like, so what's to be done about this? And they have Daemon later acknowledge it and be angry about it and then move on.
And how did it take them longer to get there than Sheep Stealer? It was farther away.
It's just, yeah. So, and then of course the other angle is she's been such a shitty leader. She's been so manipulated by the White Worm, who again, Daemon lampshades this reality, doesn't do anything about it though.
Well, yeah, because what is the show's opinion of her? What does the show think about that character?
Like, when Daemon saw the White Worm, I was almost wishing him to just behead her right then.
I'm sorry, I think it's in character. He would have killed it there and then. Like, no fucking way have you managed to slither up the chain this far. I've not even been gone that long.
But instead, he points that out, and then the two of them sit down together to just have a chat about like the general strategy moving forward.
Yeah,
he's explicit that he does not know her intentions, and that it might very well be to sabotage him. And then he's like, "So anyway, moving on."
So
he knows that she kind of has it out for him because he betrayed her in the past, and so he would be rightfully, you'd be justified in thinking that this woman has no good intentions for me and has probably caused a lot of the problems, and so just cut it off at the head.
And I thought we kind of dealt with Daemon bending the knee to Rhaenyra, so she's going to start trusting him more. I won't say fully trust him, but she still trusts the White
fucking
Worm
Wib says to her, like, hey, remember, trust me more than Daemon. It's like, that is the most sus shit you could ever have heard from her. Come on.
I mean, hasn't Daemon proved himself even more now that he, led an entire army, won these battles, all in her name, and at no point has he reached for the throne, and he could at any time. Like, even in this episode, if he wanted to, he could have just pushed her aside, sat on the throne, and no one would have challenged him. And so he's proven his loyalty 1,000% to her, but she doesn't seem to, realize it.
Nope. But good dramatic scene. And the Kingsguard offers, he's like, my life is yours. And she's all, what would that solve with your folly and his folly? It's like, what about your folly, Rhaenyra?
And that's what Jace said. Like, when he made the decision to listen to Jace and not let her out, like Jace said, your life for hers. Like, meaning that in that moment, he knew that he was going or could potentially die.
Yeah. Very much so. Very much so. So she cries. Jace is dead.
Sobbing.
At least it's not
Flatulence continues.
That's good stuff. And then we're off looking for Corliss Valerion, but we still have some. Now I'm assuming this is high tide.
Yeah, I believe so.
Or close
areas,
to.
yeah.
Or close to it, yeah. And there's still some triarchy to mop up.
Like my guess is it's the people who like sacked High Tide.
Yep.
Or you know what I mean?
Yep. Go back to that very opening scene. Wasn't there 2 dragons or 1? Was it just Lady Bela mopping things up in the beginning? And Sheepstealer was already gone. Can't remember.
I'm trying to dodge copyright here, right? That's
Okay,
what I'm going to be.
I'll go back and look. You don't need to.
You're talking about the first scene we get before
Very first scene,
before we
yeah.
get Jace's like death reaction, right?
Yeah. So there's 1. So I think it's just 1. Okay.
In
So
theory, it could have been
Sheepstealer's-
3 of them that we see.
No, there's 2. There's 2. Oh, because it's because Adam
You smoke as
and
well.
Well, it could be Moondancer, Adam, Ulf.
Yeah, the dragon seed showed up basically. Later.
Yeah,
okay. Okay. So Sheepstealer's already gone at this point. So there was some mop up after the battle. When I saw the water, I'm like, oh, are they going to continue the battle? Oh no.
And so that is something too that gets like revealed. I think it gets revealed here is like that there was a dragon there, and they didn't know who the rider was.
Yeah.
That kind of gobsmacked me because I guess it's true. I guess I have to go back and rewatch it, but I don't think that Bela at any point in time realizes that her sister is on that dragon. I don't think she ever sees the rider. Jace is the only one that does.
Yep.
And then he dies. I did not think there was any way in hell that we weren't going to know who was on Sheepstealer. Which does throw a big wrinkle in things, obviously. And I think I know where they're headed with it,
Oh,
obviously.
definitely. I think it was you who brought it up last week, which was they're gonna loop her story back to Nettles, and Rhaenyra is gonna now be after. Well, obviously because that's the way they're playing it out. Rhaenyra is gonna be after.
She orders Daemon to go hunt down Sheepstealer's rider and kill him, and that is when we're gonna get Daemon there and refusing to kill his child. Like,
Yep.
that's what they're gonna do.
Melodrama. That's what that is, as far as I'm concerned.
And I just
The amount of contrivances that thing has been built on. There's no point going through all of it.
Got back to the Vale awfully fast.
everybody's moving pretty quick in this. Like there was a
Except for
lot
the
of
most
movement in this
important.
episode, and
Except for
the-
a few people, though.
The
Except
one
for
person who
Aemon.
should be able to travel the fucking fastest
Aemon
is slow as hell.
Very slow, and he only finally gets to Harrenhal at the end. But
Yep.
at least they
So,
showed
like,
some time.
I did look it up during the episode. I was like noticing how fast people were moving around, and Harrenhal is about 500 miles from Dragonstone. In theory, ravens in the Game of Thrones universe can go up to 50 miles an hour or something. So it would be 10 hours to get a message from there. However long it would take a dragon to fly. I think we're past the time limit. Like we're not talking weeks that it would take for this stuff, but half a day for a message to travel from there to Harrenhal.
I was so confused about the updates on Aemon that I thought we were doing a huge twist. Like he was gonna fucking spring onto King's Landing being like, haha, I knew your plan the whole time, or some shit. Because I was just like, why have we not seen him arrive at Harrenhal? What is taking so fucking long? And then it's just like, he's just slow, man. It's like, yeah, of course he is, because he has to be.
Yep. The script called for it. I did the I can't remember what it is, but I did the math on Daenerys flying up to the wall or past the wall after Henry frickin' did the message, and it was days. It was days.
He has to run
That's a
from
lot
them.
further. Yeah.
Yeah, Westeros is supposed to be the
Raven,
same,
and then,
same size as South America, so in length or height or whatever. But yeah, I did it in my video. But
I couldn't believe what was happening here.
yeah, what? Okay, this chick has some balls.
Yeah.
For one, there's a dragon right there. That's kind of a
So-
loose cannon.
She's received a raven that this dragon is responsible for the death of the prince, and now she knows who the rider is.
Yep. That's some pretty nifty information right there.
I was about to say, considering how antagonistic she is, isn't everyone going to find out then? Is she going to send ravens to...
So, I guess a question I had too is like, they know Sheep Stealer. So they're like familiar with Sheep Stealer. Which,
That surprised me. How did they even know who the dragon was?
it surprises me in this show. Sheep Stealer would have been on Dragonstone and would have been one of the wild dragons that people are aware of that live there. Yep. So, like, in the source material, it wouldn't surprise me that they were familiar with Sheep Stealer. Considering Sheep Stealer is in the Vale and everyone's like, it seems like only the people in the Vale even know there might be one out there. Like, because Rhaena seemed surprised that there was a dragon that lived there when she discovered it last season before she went on her fucking quest to Mordor. But yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me that they would know it was Sheep Stealer based on what the show.
Well, Ryan, so she went from the gullet to here, and she was beaten by a raven. Like, how does, what is the context there? Some guy writing on a boat saw this happen and immediately put the raven.
Yeah.
Like, go, go, go. Fuck off.
And how would they know who to tell? Yeah. And the Lady of the Vale wants protection from a dragon. Well, apparently you've had it, like, for a long time. Like, the thought of a dragon being in the Vale would probably keep some invaders away. You know, just the idea of it. Doesn't matter who's in control. I guess they're just perfectly comfortable knowing, oh, no, it just steals sheep. It's all good.
Just everything with Rhaena has, from the writer's female feminine perspective, I guess I get the pull to want to try to do this, and there's something about it that within George's universe, right? The idea that somebody who they desperately always wanted this thing and then they're presented with it or they get it and it's actually the worst thing that's ever happened to them. That is very George R.R. Martin,
yes.
Westeros-like. However, the execution of it has been boring and retarded. You know, sometimes you can get away with one of those things. When it's both of those things, it becomes really distracting.
Well,
and just all this stuff with Rhaena, erasing Nettles, I think has been a really poor decision. And every time she's on screen, it gets worse.
We had the white worm was like a pretty significant cancer. She spread into Rhaenyra. Rhaena has now spread into like the spine of the plot line. Like, it's metastasized. We're screwed. Like, the cancer spreads so fucking far now. Because, you know, Alicent's useless as well as a character. And it's just like, we're knocking out so many significant and well-worth plot lines and characters. We're running low on, like, consistently well executed. Because you said, like, it's a good Daemon episode. It's like, listen, I love Matt Smith. I think he's amazing as Daemon. But man, like, I was looking at maybe a 65% success rate, maybe less, because of the amount of stupid shit things he did this episode. And, like, bear in mind, he's now my favorite character, because my reigning favorite doesn't have a head anymore. So, you know, it's
It could still be your favorite.
Well,
but it's
Viserys
like,
would be my
I get what you
favorite
mean
at that
in
point.
terms of there's sort of almost a contagion effect. It's like, who is truly insulated from the problems that have been created by, you know, a handful of characters at this point? Like, who is truly safe and far from harm in that sense? Like, whose story doesn't intersect with these problems? Because it's like all downstream, and you're going to be
So
thinking
Kristen
about
Cole,
that.
the character you're supposed to hate the most in the book, it's like, I'm down with Mr.
That's
Blackpill
true.
now.
He is safe. He is safe because he didn't have any lines of dialogue this episode.
I don't know, Bree. I think he might just get executed the next episode. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, that's a dead end now. Cool. All right, so who we got left?
So Sheep Stealer, she's basically telling lady, I always get them mixed up, Rhaena or
Jane Aaron.
yeah, no, Lady Rhaena or Bela.
This is Rhaena.
Rhaena, yeah,
Because she's
telling her to fuck
retarded.
off, telling her to fuck off, like, and she should tell her this. It's like, you're bringing a bunch of shit to my door. No thanks. Piss off. I don't want to see you again. And then she says, well, you've always wanted a dragon. I have one.
By the way, there's several moments in this episode. This is another POV. You are the writer. I only wanted to help. Truly. Well, look how it's fucking worked out.
It's worked out great. That's worked out great. So she basically, she says, well, I can't control where you go, but I never want to see you again.
She's like, I'm not gonna tell everybody you're here.
Yeah.
But don't fucking come by here again.
Yep.
But, you know, I also hope the gods don't say anything. I hope nobody was looking from the ramparts or anything. Just don't worry about it. I hope no word spreads, because I would
have
get me
access
in
to a
fucking
maester.
trouble
Yeah.
to have hidden the identity of the murderer of the prince. But don't worry about it. If anything, she has the power here to just be like, leave now. For every second you stay, you might just get shot with arrows. I'm not even kidding.
And they're at the bloody gate right there. So yeah, she basically says the veil is vast. I can't do much about it, but piss off. So she's going to be hanging out in the veil for however long.
A couple episodes till Damon goes there to hunt and finds her.
Yep.
And is presented with the conundrum of
the fact that she's going to be now in the wild with a dragon, you know, fending for herself.
dragon.
That was like, okay, yeah, she's Nettles. It's like,
Yeah, she's Nettles now.
yep.
Then we get like I like this scene. You got
I like it a lot. Yeah.
the
Well,
the winter wolves with the the
We're
rivermen.
missing a bunch of stuff, though. Like, having seen them fight
Tons.
together would have been fucking awesome.
Yeah, instead of singing about the fish feed, I would have rather have seen it. To be honest,
That would have
with
been
you.
nice. I enjoyed like Damon embracing like
Yeah.
that's what I like, because Damon came into this. He storms the Riverlands expecting, just with his dragon and his white hair, that everybody will immediately do whatever the fuck he says. And they don't. He gains like this begrudging, this dude who sees himself as a dragon incarnate, almost as better than everybody else because of their blood and where they come from and all this stuff. He very slowly starts to have this grudging respect for the people and their traditions and stuff like so I enjoy seeing it kind of come full circle.
Yep.
Even last episode where he's like, you know, Caraxes can take quick care of this and just burn everybody. And the people are like, no, we're in the Riverlands. We return ourselves to the mud. And he's like, all right, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So I do enjoy that with Damon.
Caraxes, please stop burning people. You know,
Nice to see Simon.
Or
as well.
Simon.
Simon's
Another high scorer for me, you know.
another great actor playing his role exceedingly well. I love
I'm
this guy.
sure he has a positive end.
Well, everybody in this show is going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Why did all of the cool characters have to die in one episode, though?
Well, I mean,
One or two left.
getting the ending we did is what convinced me that this was originally written as the 10th episode of season
No, I
2.
think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
does.
it feels weird. I think that last week's episode, there's obviously problems with it, which we talked about last week, but I think the flow of it like works very well, because I watched all of season 2 and I even ran a little bit over time, like when the premiere came out, and I was a little bit late, but I think it like flows really well as the tail end, as opposed to not watching anything for 2 years and then jumping into the premiere, because it doesn't feel like a premiere. The same way this doesn't feel like a second episode.
No, not at all.
But the problem is, when you're airing it as a second episode, you have to think about making some fucking changes.
Yes, and I don't know how much they made. It's a mystery. Now I'm gonna do it, Mahler, since I don't care that much. I'm gonna start looking at the behind the scenes after each episode, which we really tried to not do after watching a
Don't
couple
venture there, Gary.
in
You'll
season
find
1.
pain.
No,
I always
hurt
watch
myself to
them.
feel.
Now, so I watch them after we do this show, because obviously it ends and then we basically come in the room and start the show. I've always watched the behind the scenes. Sometimes it's fucking retarded.
It's
Sometimes.
yeah, it was ruining the show for me, so I stopped. I'm like,
Remember the contrast with the Night of the Seven Kingdoms behind the
Night of the
scenes?
Seven Kingdoms ones were great.
they were
Yeah.
so good. That show was so good. So
This
yeah,
actually made me miss Night of the Seven Kingdoms after I watched this. So I was like, I miss having characters I like.
so we got Black Alley there. See that, Ryan?
Yep. Black Alley, and again, that is a character from the books.
Yep.
So is a woman who can fight.
She's a good archer. She's a good archer. So yeah, they're having a good time.
Shad getting mad that the implication archers are weak.
How strong is her bow then? Is my literal thought in my head.
I don't know. But she kills. Who does she kill by shooting it through his eye slit? Chat. Who in the book does she kill? I can't remember now. It wasn't a Lannister. But yeah. So Simon Strong brings a bunch of fine wine and a message. And the message is Jace is dead, and he is summoned to Dragonstone.
How do we not see this guy fighting, dude?
I don't know. It's a great actor. I mean, it's like, hopefully at some point we do, right?
And it's interesting because they brought them in a little quicker than they probably should have been when they introduced them. We haven't seen them fight then.
No, they're like at the end of every battle going, ha ha!
Yeah, well, that battle was crazy. We sure did that battle.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Oh, they got a lion head, right? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, the lion.
They had such a build up to this with Daemon needing to, get the people on his side, and then they had the big build up with the army approaching Harrenhal and stuff. And so that seemed to be the main battle. That seemed to be the battle they were building up to, not the gullet. And then we don't get this one. I'm like,
no. So they're sending them down to King's Landing. So everybody's going there. So they're vacating the Riverlands right now, and Daemon. So this is something Daemon wouldn't have done. He salutes them, goes King's Landing. He would have just expected them to do what he says, but he shows a little gratitude, which is growth for the character in this very inconsistent, terrible episode. And
he'd be an effective king with that.
Oh, Daemon should be king.
Yes.
And then we get the coolest scene of the episode. We get to see Caraxes drinking water. I love this scene.
Yep.
I don't know why. I fucking loved seeing Caraxes just face buried in there gulping down water for some.
And then it precedes something I really fucking hate.
Yeah.
So Daemon is talking to Alice Rivers, who is a mystery in the books, but it's been a mystery in this show. And she obviously serves the old gods. We talked about that last episode. She serves she just serves herself.
Yeah, and now I asked last episode what her motivations were. They seem completely bonkers, and now it lays it out clearly right here. She wants Harrenhal. This is making me kind of wanting to go back and rewatch everything that she does to see if she's actually pursuing that goal with it.
You seem much more interesting than that.
Do you think that? So I don't know if that doesn't mean that she's still not serving the old gods.
Maybe.
It's more of a dull approach from her. She seems
What did she expect he was going to
intelligent.
say? Yes.
And she knows Daemon better than almost anyone now because of the crazy influence she's got. And she decided to point blank say, someone you don't even really understand, wants Harrenhal. It's like,
And he's like, what? Nah. And
Like,
then
I don't
it's
know- I
like,
don't know what
"Alright,
she
well,
thought was gonna
I hate you
happen."
now.
And then she just flips on him. Like, that's it. I want Harrenhal.
Instantly.
No. And
Yeah,
she
and-
knew what the answer was going to be.
Unfortunately, because I'm nowhere near as familiar deliberately with what this is based on, so there's a later scene we'll get there. But I was like, oh, that's why this scene exists now. That
Yeah.
later bit, I get it. That's really well done.
It exists
Sarah.
to set something else that was ambiguous in the books, and I don't like it at all.
It felt odd, and it's like now I know why because
You
it's fucking
strip
rushed.
away all of the,
It was rushed.
essentially the way that it was said. It's like, so what actually happened here? I want something that I know that you can't give me. No, I'm not going to give you that. I am your enemy now. Like, what? That's the scene. Like,
Yeah. And I get your point, Ryan, that there might be a bigger picture here, but it was just the execution of getting there was sloppy.
I'm not going to disagree with that at all. What's like going on in my mind right now is about her serving the old gods. Look, What I'm thinking, and I have no idea, is that she is some like manifestation of the old gods, and Harrenhal is cursed, right?
Yep.
Anybody that fucking takes Harrenhal, the worst end possible comes to them, and that's been historical over time and persists even in present day Westeros. And I wonder if it is almost like revenge from the old gods, because all the weirwoods were chopped down to make Harrenhal, and like a bunch were cleared out. It's right there near the Isle of Faces where this pact between men and the old god, like, and all this stuff happened. I do wonder if that's kind of what Alice Rivers represents. And I'm talking like real like mystical Westerosi shit right now.
Yes.
But if that's what they're hinting at, and that's what ends up happening, why she helps Aemon in an effort to basically ensure that Harrenhal remains empty when everyone kills each other. You know what I mean? I don't know.
There's a way they could have explained that was better than this. And so
it just with all they built in season 2, how long they took with all those scenes just for this one to be the cap off. Like, so anyway, I hate you. Cool, bye.
piss off.
Minutes later, wow, look at this opportunity that's fallen into my lap. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
And it's to set up something else that we'll get to later. Remember what I told you. So he's going to take off. And then we have Alan looking for Pops, looking for dear old dad.
Corlys gets lost a lot, huh?
Bela even says that.
Yeah.
Bela's like, a lot of people have like thought that my father was dead, but or that my grandsire was dead, but all of them have been wrong.
He needs a medieval flare gun.
He does. So yeah, he runs into Bela. They have a conversation about Corlys. She refuses to believe that he is dead.
So
Don't count him out.
this really looked like they were setting these two up for a relationship later on.
Well, considering they get married in the source material, probably so.
I didn't know the source material, but they
Oh,
made it-
sorry, Shad. Spoiler.
Well, they made
like,
it
nothing like
very
the bastard. Nothing like your bastard child marrying your granddaughter, huh?
Well,
Because that's what I was thinking. Like her uncle, is that the family tree?
Yeah. Yeah.
ain't gonna be much judgment for the rest of their family tree.
I know, right? Like,
Yeah.
coming from, they've already got a niece marrying an uncle in this, so perfectly in line.
They had a son make out with his mom last episode.
That's
Not going to
true as
forget
well.
that.
Yep.
Still recovering from that, Gary.
Yes. Alan is there. Adam is also looking around for Corlys. And in the final shot, they show Corlys he's still alive and he's laying on the beach. And then
There
they
he
cut.
is.
There he
Yeah,
is.
they just kind of tease it. Yep, he's alive.
Now we still.
Sorry.
Tywin Lannister is still floating in the ocean, possibly, or maybe, or maybe they just.
I feel
killed
like
him
that
off.
should have been. I guess there was a lot in this episode, but I feel like that should have been resolved in this episode.
Yep.
You had two people wearing armor go underwater.
In the same episode, yeah, and they're both gonna pop up alive.
Well, he's still
probably.
wearing his armor. That was like, you'd think, like, sorry, no, what he would have had to have done is somehow get the armor off. You can unbuckle it, and if you hold your breath long enough, you might just get it off in time, and then float to shore.
So the Corlys thing, the thing that doesn't make it like any sense to me is how long it takes them to find him, because if you remember the last battle sequence, the reason the ship's falling apart, the reason Corlys falls is because they run into rocks, right? So like that water is very shallow. You can even see when they're having that final confrontation between black man and transgender, like they're able to stand. So that's the part that makes no sense to me. I can buy that Corlys is able to like pull himself up because it's shallow, but why does it take 18 hours to find him?
Well,
Yeah,
I
he
mean, they're a
wouldn't be that
completely
far
different
away from the
location
wreck.
now.
Yeah. Which implies he floated there. That makes no sense.
No.
You can't, yeah. Causing themselves problems for no reason.
Well, this is just the beginning. Let's be real.
So, you know what this whole scene layout reminded me of? Like, one of the pitch meeting episodes. Oh, they got caught by brigands now. How are they going to get out of that?
This is-
Oh, super easy, barely an inconvenience.
This is the comedy
Standard.
TV show that I'd happily watch but never take seriously. I would just be like, this is funny. All of it's so funny. When it's like, that's Aegon, by the way. And you're like, yeah, I know. I don't think that the writers are taking this very seriously either. We're just having fun with these two, apparently. It's like they are a ping pong ball inside a fucking, well, a pinball in a pinball machine, and it's just like whatever happens, happens.
This is why it's fucking frustrating, right? Because we see them get captured in the last episode, and it was kind of fucking stupid. But it's like, all right, they're headed to Dusk, or I think they were trying to take them to like through Duskendale, and it's like, okay, some big shit could happen there. Maybe that's the way that they end up kind of getting out of this because there's a big attack. But then they just fucking happen upon it immediately. And it's like, well, it's completely retarded.
Yeah, it's pure luck, complete arbitrary luck that they're freed here, and
Yep.
And what's the Triarchy doing here?
convenience plot, Gary.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, what else?
It
This
plays
is what I mean.
like a Monty Python skit.
Yeah,
Like,
it is funny. I enjoy it, but I'm like, dude, this is
Am I
not the
meant to
tone
be?
to be
Yeah,
striking
like-
for this. Like, we're having fun with how silly and stupid this is. Okay.
Like I sometimes give this show too much credit because I was thinking, oh, maybe Laris had like a group of men that he pre-planned to meet him.
No.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
But no, it's complete random,
Why doesn't he? Why
Yeah.
doesn't he, man?
He was smart once. Now he's just like
No,
rolling the dice.
it's obvious that he is setting him up, or supposedly setting Aegon up to
He's-
turn again.
He just
which
feels
gets
like a
revealed.
shittier. He's more like Thrawn than Littlefinger. You know, they want him to be
Yeah.
Littlefinger, but he ain't pulling it off now.
He's turning into that, and then they'll get free, and Laris will say, "See, I planned it all, or I did this. It is due to my genius." When it's like,
And Aegon prison shanks this dude, breaks an arrow when there's swords laying around.
I did like just the repeated shanking from it.
Yeah.
He just loses his shit.
I mean,
I guess
again-
I would too. If I was Aegon, had to sit there, I'm just in constant pain. Fucking Laris Strong's my only company. He's asking me to like
dick.
take off my shoes so he can jerk off to my feet or whatever. Like, Like I would probably get a little bit sick of being back there too.
And that's the thing. Aegon now, as a result of everything, he's probably, one of my most interested characters, just
Yep.
because he's funny and how much he hates everything.
I get it.
Very
No,
relatable.
so Laris says, I forgot where he said he wanted to take him, but they're going to go back to Rook's Rest now.
Yeah, Aegon wants to go to Rook's Rest, and Laris. Where did Laris want to go?
So I thought that they wanted. So I thought that these guys said they're heading to Duskendale, and that does make sense. If you're escaping King's Landing, Duskendale's not far away. It's towards it's towards Dragonstone. But then Rook's Rest would be further along that path, right? So maybe they were past Duskendale. I guess I don't really know, but I thought they were going to Duskendale.
Yeah, like, Clubfoot wanted to go somewhere else, and but as you see there, Aegon says, like, Cole has a garrison there. They'll be loyal to me.
Well, I thought he was going to say, "I need my fucking dragon." That's what I think.
Kind of where the dragon is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just killed it.
No. No.
They can't.
Sunfire's not dead.
There's something canonical that they've already put in Game of Thrones that would make that impossible.
Right.
But you know what? I wouldn't put it past him.
We can't put anything past him at this point.
Yeah.
But there's no way. I think he goes there to find them, and he finds Sunfire.
Yeah, I don't think Sunfire's done. So he's all shit, and you could tell he was up to something with that look, right? And then we flip back to, and they found Corlys. So there was no just finding him; they just found him, and he delivers the line.
He does.
If this be victory, I pray I never win another.
And I liked him acknowledging, his bastard son, giving him a name, and his reply. That was good. I enjoyed that. Because I like the character as well.
Well, he's got to ask the queen to legitimize him, but yeah.
It feels like it feels in this episode maybe not super rewarded, but it's because that was the entire fucking plot line last season, and it was way too drawn out. There were too many scenes with Corlys and Alan at the same fucking spot on the same fucking dock talking about the same fucking thing. However, this was the thing that they were talking about that all led to the conversation they finally had where they broke new ground last episode. I do like that scene where he says father when Corlys falls in. He finally brought home the milk. Yeah. And I think this is good. I wish the scenes, the 5 scenes they had last season that were talking about the same thing were just a little more had more substance to them.
It's so obviously they cut the head off the arc because they cut the 2 episodes off. Like, this is clearly the end of the story of season 2's Corlys and Alan. It's just now it's so weird to be like, welcome to the finale of season 2, everyone. It's like
the pacing just seems off, and if you watch all season 2 right before this, it probably feels a little bit better, but it feels off episodes 1 and 2, the things that happen, just because the way they set the season.
So we've
up.
just finished season 2. We'll watch the season 3 premiere next week, which is a 6-episode season now, because Warner Brothers is retarded. There's a reason they were billions of dollars in debt and they're being sold. They can't get out of their own way. And it doesn't matter who's running them. It's been the same thing. But he offers up his name.
Season 1, 10. Season 2, 8. Season 3, 8, but 2 belong to season 2, so 6. It's like, what the fuck?
This is one of your biggest shows. Or was.
And then I could not help but think during this entire sequence, God, there's a lot of fucking black people in this show. And I say that because there's not a lot of black people in Game of Thrones, at least in Westeros. And now this happening is a big reason why the Valyrians aren't exactly as relevant in in current time in Game of Thrones setting as opposed to as they were back then.
Yep.
But still, it's just like when they cast all these guys, the Valyrians, it was laughable, and it's still laughable.
The Valyrians up until that sack of High Tide were, I don't think, as rich as the Lannisters, but they were in the top 3 richest houses in Westeros.
100%. And that was all Corlys. Like,
Yep.
it was Corlys who did all of that, who built them up to this point, and obviously all that gets wiped away. Now, I guess I don't want to get into spoilers because I forgot about Shad, but
Oh, you can do it like because
one of his
Just on this
sons,
note.
one of his sons helps, you know, maybe not exactly live up quite to that reputation, but still does a lot of good things after this.
well they didn't convey in this moment that the sacking of his castle is ruining his entire house. Like for me, I was like, you lost the castle, but you have all your lands. That's where your wealth is and stuff. And you shouldn't actually have taken such a hit. But if they conveyed it like, I've lost my fleets, I've lost all my treasure, it'll take years to recover. I was like, okay, that could have helped me kind of feel
Well,
the
High
impact.
Tide was a port that was pretty important, so it gets laid, it gets just flattened, and
they
they
didn't
should
show
have. No, they didn't, and they
Then
didn't show
why-
like all his trophies being stolen.
Would you not have a scene where he's walking through its ruins doing this?
Yeah.
Scene?
Yes,
I just
yes, but no, got this. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for coming back with the milk. It might be bad. The milk might not be good
Because
anymore.
honestly, from
Also
this
doesn't
point
even
of
look that
view,
bad. It's
it's
just
like,
like-
oh, okay, there's a bonfire, but we're all right.
Yeah,
Not that hard of a hit.
we're all the carrion crows. So now we're back in King's
There
Landing,
goes
and
Vhagar.
there goes Vhagar and Aemon. He finally
Bye-bye.
leaves. Bye-bye. And Allison is going to hatch her
Now it's
scheme.
pixelated, and
It's okay.
That's just me as VLC.
Hey, it's better for copyright.
Yeah.
It is actually. That's what's funny about it.
And Allison, I'm just gonna, is about to sell out her fucking daughter.
She's a
Yeah.
weird that at the end
Is
of
that
season
like-
2, she's annihilated as a character because it's both sort of like traitorous bullshit, but also just intelligence is at 0, if anywhere. It's pathetic. She's such an idiot. Oh wait, gotta be careful.
Yeah, well, yeah, we gotta go to that one.
We did get some hanging dong just for Shad in this episode. So Allison sees Vhagar and Aemon leave, and she immediately goes to the Gold Cloaks, to the leader of the Gold Cloaks, and basically reveals her plan.
I can't. I
This is like
In front of everybody.
one of the biggest risks you could possibly take, and it is flat out treason, and she has no guarantee that he'd be on her side.
She borderline
and she is throwing her daughter completely under the bus. Like
Correct.
now
Using it as a shield.
that is kind of in her character. She's
Now it is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she's been willing to, basically sacrifice her children for her own, plans and schemes for ages now, and so
Yeah, but
it makes you
this is
hate the
different.
character even more.
But she
Like-
should also know that the Gold Cloak. She's been around King's Landing long
Remember
enough.
blood and cheese? Remember
Yes,
what
yeah.
happened because of the Gold Cloak's loyalty?
Cloaks.
Hello?
Not the most trustworthy. Everybody knows that they're not even trusted in any time by any king, right? We make sure the pay goes, and we.
Fucking-
I mean,
you could summarize this scene as, will you be willing to betray? And if no, don't tell anyone I said this, okay? It's like, what?
but the other
Pinky
thing
swear.
is, like, the underlining logic is that now there are no dragons in the city. If Rhaenyra arrives with dragons, they have the entire city as ransom and hostage. You don't technically need the Gold Cloaks. Even if the Gold Cloaks tried to stop Rhaenyra, like, the dragons, hello, that would be enough to get everyone to lay down their arms, or they're all barbecued. So I don't even think this is necessarily needed for the coup.
What? Yes,
It's
it
about not
absolutely
having
is.
it's about not having a bunch of fucking people die, and for her to keep her promise to Rhaenyra, because if they come there and there's a bunch of resistance, she's like, hey, you didn't keep your promise, I'll fucking kill you and Helena, whatever the fuck she might do. But, like, I guess one of my biggest problems with the scene is there's a way you can manage it to make this not as retarded, right? If Daemon is present for this conversation between Rhaenyra and Alicent, one, would have been more interesting. But two, Daemon could have told her, this is the guy to go to. You want the Gold Cloaks? This is the, she could have got that information, and then this wouldn't have
Probably
come
way
off
better.
as such a retarded gamble.
You know what else,
No.
Ryan? She could get that one gold cloak and take him to a place where people can't hear what you say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like
Okay,
a
why?
room?
She just wanted to
What
look
happened?
at. She just wanted to look at dicks because Allison is a slut. All right, we understand that. Jasper Wilde understands that, and I think Jasper Wilde got done dirty.
You know,
He
Remember
knows
when
Allison
Game of
is
Thrones
dirty.
Like,
had tits?
well, yeah, this
proper
episode really shows that this House of the Dragon is far more concerned with showing dongs to the audience
Floppies
than
everywhere.
anything else. They don't want to show anything else, but it's okay to objectify the men and
Absolutely.
throw penises everywhere. It's like,
So, she has this conversation in front of the gods and
Every
everybody.
fucking scene with her, man. Like, I'm so done with seeing her. Just like everything you do is so stupid, and it's not gonna end with this scene.
And he's like, "You stupid bitch! What are you telling me this for?" And then,
I did like this sequence.
It's hampered.
I don't think
for
it's
me.
gonna end well, but I do like it.
All of it runs the way I would have expected it to. I just hate that Damon is hampered. He can't fully be Damon. He has to be controlled because certain consequences wouldn't be able to work right now. And the reason he's so fucking mad is something that never should have happened. Because some people have asked, like, so what do you think should have happened? It's like, Jace doesn't go to the gullet alone. He goes to fetch, or at least check in with the other 3 dragons first. That's the obvious thing. If they're fighting Vhagar, so be it. If they're not, it's like, guys, we need your help. We can bum rush the fucking gullet. That's probably what should have happened. And to have Damon basically be like, so, why didn't that happen? Which is really funny to me in the sense of, like, I don't know how the writing is divvied up, but if Sarah Hess was like, I'll answer it, I have no idea.
yeah,
Like, thank
Well,
you.
if
Well,
they
Damon
stayed at
didn't
their
wanna-
post in that
Yeah,
bad decision, that they had an excuse. They were following the queen's orders, and then they said a witch came and told us. You know,
I don't know if it's realistic to expect Jace to go there to get them.
How do you not do
but a
that?
raven could.
What? Well,
or- yeah.
again, here's the problem: is it's not really displayed well in this. But in theory, that should be a decent trip, right? That should be several hours long of flying one way, and then several
unfortunately, you
hours
can
long of flying the
teleport,
other
so-
way to get to Harrenhal and back.
Where were they
And the
on
gullet's
the-
literally right outside Dragonstone. The other issue is Jace would have been fucking fine if Reyna wasn't didn't come flying in there like a fucking kamikaze. Jace's plan would have worked.
Now, where
Yeah.
were they waiting last episode?
Some people have said it was on
The
like,
Isle of Faces?
on the Isle of Faces. I don't know if that was the implication or not. Certainly, Harrenhal was right in the background. I'd have to rewatch the episode. I think some people thought they were on the Isle of Faces,
You're not supposed
which would
to
be
stop
like
it.
fucking crazy.
Crazy.
but
'Cause you're
that
not
wasn't
supposed to be able
that,
to get there.
that wasn't Harrenhal in the background. It only had one castle tower. It didn't have the jagged.
Was it, why am I blanking on the name? Riverlands?
I don't know where it would be.
Yeah.
Just another little.
I
small-
heard people saying it was the Isle of Faces. I'm like, how? Like,
Well, like if that's, I'm gonna be honest. If we just saw Green Man twice, and that is the trip that Adam takes to the Isle of Faces, and that's the only time, I'm gonna be really mad.
I'm
if
gonna be
that's all we
pissed.
get.
And that might be it. But
Like if that is Adam's, or if that is his trip to the Isle of Faces, that's very disappointing.
yes, it is.
We're at the wrong place, Commander.
Damon comes in and chews out Ulf and Hugh a little bit for leaving their post, asks where Adam is, and they just, he's like, why the fuck? This is what Mahler brought up earlier. He gets properly mad, but then, like, that's it. It's
Like,
over.
This is just, it's in so much shit that I consider crap, where it's like, yeah, that's a huge writing issue, but we had a character mad about it. It's like, that's great,
Covered
man.
it. Yeah, they covered it.
And he would be mad about it, but I think he'd actually be pretty fucking furious to the point of maybe losing his patience with the next person he's about to see.
I certainly hope this series doesn't end up being a waste of Matt Smith. I really don't.
He's doing a good job. He's very entertaining. Like, I don't think it's a waste, even if the writing goes to shit in that sense. He's gotten to have loads of scenes, doing what he does. So at least there's that.
I do wonder.
Yeah.
I do wonder. You know. I wonder how this season, with it being so short, but also us having gone all the way to Rhaenyra being on the Iron Throne now in just the second episode, I do wonder if there's any other big major events that take place at the end of this season, Gary.
Well, Grace Randolph, Mahler, tell us what Grace Randolph said.
Someone had mentioned in a super chat we should check out her review of, because she's gotten 4 episodes being press, I guess, and she'd said, and I might be paraphrasing, but this is what I took away from it, because I might have been playing a game while listening, as you do. And she said that she wasn't very fond at all of season 1, because they weren't locked in. It was like wavering and wobbly. Season 2, kind of the same thing, still struggling to find its feet, but season 3 is a banger, and they have finally figured it all out, and she's loving it. Not only that, but that she was shocked that they gave 2 huge battles within the first 4 episodes.
So there's another battle coming.
Apparently.
Yeah. I wonder what battle that can be, because there's a Tumbleton battle.
Yeah.
There's 2, but I think we'll only get 1.
Tumbleton has to happen, I think.
Yes.
Based on what we've seen in the trailer as well.
So, just on this scene, I do like the character work where Ulf has been a bit, you know, cocky even with in Rhaenyra's presence, but with Daemon, he's like completely cowed, and there's a different dynamic at play, and that's enjoyable. There's good character work in that sense.
Got a reputation.
Yep.
So he slaps Ulf for being insolent, and
Wa-chow. Very sad.
I think that, so as dumb as it was to have them fucking sitting there, you did get a little more of their perspectives, I suppose, when they're sitting there talking, and Ulf like thinking that because he has a dragon now he's gonna get everything, and realizing, oh wait, I'm just gonna be like, I still have to be told what to do, and I'm still kind of the lowest rung on the totem pole.
Ain't knocking
blah, blah,
that.
blah. You know, I think that as much as I really like what Daemon does here,
yeah,
I think it's going to have some pretty big implications.
Oh, 100%.
On the way these characters act going forward.
It's so obvious, like, you know, the 3 of them have been characterized as one is hyper loyal, one is unsure, and one is not loyal at all.
Yeah.
Which makes it interesting. I wouldn't deny that, and I enjoy any more characterization we can get for him. It's just that, you know, with the dragon teleport and shit going on, with how contacts work, and just the risk of taking the royal prince into a fucking the gullet versus getting these 3 out of the parking lot into the battle, which they end up in anyway. It's just so fucking annoying.
So he has to, Daemon has to go see, you erred. Daemon has to go see Rhaenyra, who's still grieving the loss of Jace, and inform her that Aemon has left King's Landing with Vhagar. Oh, no, wait, not before they have this really great, I wanted to put this out of my mind. This fucking
Every
conversation.
Missaria scene, every one of them, just absolute cancer.
Jeez.
But
And
why are you
there's
how, are you,
something-
how are you here? How can
Yeah, I
you
was gonna
still
say,
alive?
this image alone, right? He's heading to see Rhaenyra, and she is standing in his way. It's like, just kill her. Like, enough of this, please.
Wouldn't have that been great? Like, she tries to speak and he just draws the sword in one fleet.
That's what I'm saying. It's not just me hating the character. It is moved into, this is ridiculous. How have you
She's got
survived this
immense
long?
plot armor. She is ultra safe, I assume, for a while at least.
Yep.
She's clearly got a story. We've not gotten to her payoff yet, so she's annoying.
Well,
I wish
Daemon,
the characters I liked had that. Like, you know? But oh
right,
well.
right. Well, Daemon, well, she's a diverse woman. She's safe for now. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they changed her ending completely. But he's asking her, like, what's your game here? What are your motives? She's like, I am looking out for the realm, and I am loyal to the queen.
It's unreal. All the criticisms I've had of this fucking woman, in terms of how do the characters not see it? How do they not see how manipulative she is? how she's totally in it for herself, how we know this, she's proven it over time. Her defense of her actions in season 2 were, look, I didn't betray you on some principle, I did it for money. She's like, oh, don't worry about that. So she's an opportunist, and she'll always take the best offer, basically. That's all you can ever learn about it. But no, her few tricks with like the shit in season 2 has managed to earn her not just advisor, basically the Queen's hand, but like she erased the Black Council. She just became it to the Queen.
Yeah.
Absolute nonsense and insanity. To the point where it's gotten that's what actually got Jace killed, if we're being clear. Like the absolute lack of communication with the Black Council led to all of this.
Well, we get another scene that
Black-
reinforces this later, right?
And
Like,
so
you know,
council was filled with men.
You stack it all up and you're like, why aren't the characters realizing this? And then they give me a scene where my favorite character says, wow, you're like super manipulative. You've climbed up here when you absolutely shouldn't be. I believe you might actually be trying to kill me. And you're clearly got other motives. Anyway, bye.
Let's have a little chit chat, and then I'm gonna leave.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And then later on, she's basically says, "I'm gonna betray you," out loud. I confess, I underestimated your slipperiness.
Well then,
Ow!
do something about it.
Ow!
Like Rhaenyra would really do anything if he just fucking broke her neck here. Whatever. Sorry,
and
she's out.
Just this line here, like I don't know, it really does not feel like a George line. And like this is a writer's line, slipperiness. It just was like George would have found something a bit more, I don't know, classical, medieval to phrase that. Yeah, there's something missing.
How do you get Daemon at the point of saying this and he does nothing?
I don't know. It makes no sense for the character at all.
So I don't think it makes much sense for the character as he's portrayed in the first like portion of this thing. After Daemon basically bends the knee and submits to Rhaenyra and says like, I will do like what you want, it may make sense that he wouldn't just kill anyone because he wanted to at any moment in time and deal with the results later. Is that really Daemon from the book? Probably not.
I'd say we're reinforced on the front of kneeling to her that he would kill this fucker because he knows her better. He'd be like, Rhaenyra, you're being manipulated. I'll just kill her and deal with you being mad at me for a day or so, and then you'll get over it.
I think the only thing that would give him pause is that Rhaenyra is mourning the loss of Jace, and this is kind of her closest friend at the moment.
He believes she might be subverting the crown.
I know. I'm not
kill
saying he
her.
wouldn't want to kill her later, but maybe
Not only that,
he could
he knows
think
better
that's
than
not this
anyone what she's capable of, and he believes that she's trying to sabotage. She doesn't live. I'm sorry, she's out.
but he gets put down by the retort that this isn't about him. Not everything is about him. And that's it. That's the end. He gives up, and then they start just talking game plans for like the
You,
future.
Sarah.
This fucking line was written by a woman. 100%. No dude would write this fucking line. Not everything is about you, Damon. It's about me.
I need everyone to remember. She sold them out to the High Towers. That's a thing that happened.
She massively betrayed them, and then, oh no, she wants to help out now. It's like, oh, what? You mean now that you've essentially put her in a position where she can advance super high in your, organization, essentially, to the point that she's basically your hand, more so than Corlys is.
Oof.
Yeah, you can trust her.
Not everything's about you. Okay.
Damon. Okay.
The thing that I hated about this sequence more than that was the implied jealousness of her over the closeness of Rhaenyra and Alicent. Like the idea that because what they're trying to tell us is that the White Worm is actually like loyal to Rhaenyra, that she's like jealous about the affection that Alicent and Rhaenyra have. Now, whether that's the jealousness over the closeness of their relationship or the sexual nature, like potential sexual nature that the White Worm wants with Rhaenyra, I didn't like that shit at all.
I think it's
because they
coded.
are trying to show that maybe that's one of her motivations as opposed to just looking out for herself, which doesn't really fly.
Yeah, the hooker
with the
who
rest of the
just
stuff we've
betrayed the family is now completely in trust. Who's known for being duplicitous and
Well, Rhaenyra fucking snogged her. It was insane.
Yep. Sarah Hess.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. The Maester reports that Vagar has been sighted leaving. I will go talk to Rhaenyra, but we get another scene with Allison. And
this is when things really start to go awry. This
really
episode
starts
right
falling
here.
apart.
Oh,
The atmosphere is
boy.
fraught.
King's God basically like, I'm sorry, do you need to go to an asylum? Like, what is going on?
Yeah. And she basically, he knows what's going on, right? And she's like, go call the council to the high council to meeting, and small council, sorry, to meeting. And I order it, do it. And like, everybody knows what's going on right now, or at least he does. And a couple of other people, which the scene, her next scene following this.
Yeah, it's probably worth saying, right, for the sake of this moment, he quote-unquote betrays her trust, as in he stands for the crown against her when she says this. I don't know how Allison keeps stacking these insane, stupid decisions. Like, how do you not know this about your King's God? He's like been her personal god. Does she know who are you telling? To be fair, it makes sense that she would tell him if she told fucking random gold cloaks. So, and whatever.
Yeah, and she is. Yeah, she is not the queen, by the way. So
There's
it's
that
not
too.
No, like, because she's about to go on the
Dowager?
battle, right, and talk to the guard. Is that what's coming next?
Well,
Not yet. Okay.
No, and then we go back to Daemon saying Jace wanted to die in battle and to protect his queen, which totally is not going to help Rhaenyra. And then he informs her that Vagar and Aemon are gone, and she talks about both of her boys being dead too. The little boys who put their faces in my skirts when they were scared are now dead. Because of you, by the way.
Yeah. It's
Rhaenyra,
her fault.
they are dead because of you.
and Massaria, you should probably kill her.
Yep. And she said, I'm tired, boss. And Daemon said, it's time to take that throne, sweetie
And
pumpkins.
then we get
This was
Then this fucking scene.
This is when, this is
what is
Oh,
going
yeah.
on?
It's
This
so
is another-
What the hell?
unnecessary.
Another Joker scene for you. Lots.
I can't believe they did this scene. Out of everything going on. This is the one time I'm gonna pause this to speak. This was fucking insane. I can't believe they did this shit.
So laughing at how absurd this was.
Yeah, we
it's
were
just
chuckling.
at this point, like, we're done. Yeah, that's it.
Well,
Because you know exactly what's happening here. It's like you are in a position where you win, and then you become insane and you lose. That enables the rest of the story to happen.
It's so bonkers. We've been on the edge of there's been some really stupid things, but this jumps the shark. This is like, how could they write this and think that it works or is illogical in any way? Like, this guy comes in thinking, I'm gonna go rape the queen and no one's gonna find out about it. No one will hear her cry, or she's not gonna scream out for help or anything. How retarded do you have to be to think that you could do that? It's just that
What's crazy? Like, he was essentially in the winning scenario, which is, I know
he
what
had
you're
everything.
doing.
He
I
had
know
all the
what you've
pieces.
done. I've got you. And then he decides, all right, I'm gonna go insane now. And then that's
Yeah,
it.
I think
He's
it's
done.
worth-
He's finished.
For
Like,
the sake of people in chat, like, the context is Ironrod has discovered, thanks to a King's Guard betraying her, that she's planning an insane treason of passing over King's Landing to the Blacks. And so he comes in, and you'd expect, just like, maybe there's guards outside, he's about to fucking capture her and subvert the whole plan. No, he's decided with all of that knowledge and power and ability and context and agency, I'm gonna go rape her.
It serves, and this is the thing, it serves zero purpose.
No.
No purpose, with the exception of saying, oh, by the way, men are bad.
Men are
Exactly.
bad.
Men are
And we've
bad.
had enough of that in this show, while the show is actually showing us that women are retarded and bad too.
Yes.
Like, it's so, there's no purpose other than just showing men are bad, and it is I think this is the dumbest, most pointless scene we've had, maybe period.
In the entire show.
Because even even in episode 9, season 1, when Rainey's fucking stomps on a bunch of people and comes up that way, at least you could be like, well, they wanted the aura of it. They wanted this visual impact of it. This is only to show that men will rape you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
No, there's no other way to frame this. It was absolutely, this is another scene that was absolutely written by a
If
woman.
he believes that they're about to be subverted right now, like they're about to
bonehead
have everything
rapist.
collapse.
I know.
What does he do? What the? He goes insane. He just loses his mind.
Like, to be clear, I hate to put it this way, but strategically, you knock her out, put her in the black cells, control the city, make sure they're prepared for dragon attack, and then be like, all right, guards, leave a second, I need to talk to her. And then you do what you do. If you're
All
gonna
I
be
was
that character.
like, if he actually had brains and was a villain, he can take her out of power and then turn her into his slave if he wanted, because now
Wow.
she is like, dead.
It's called Iron Rod for a reason.
He is called Iron Rod for a reason. But also, let's be real. Like, knowing this situation, knowing who Allison is, knowing that she's been fucking Kristen Cole, he could easily have played
Yes.
this a little bit cooler. He could have got his dick sucked right there. She would have if that's what he wanted, she would have fucking done it.
Yeah.
Right?
Why
All he
would
would
he-
have had to do was
but
threaten
if
to
he-
like,
if he
and, like
believes-
take his time a little bit with it. Take his time a little, and Allison would fucking open her legs for him, okay?
But
Was
if,
I
he
bringing
thinks if he thinks dragons are coming right now, what is he
Yeah,
doing?
it's so fucking stupid,
Why would
dude.
he be doing this if he
And,
thinks
it's
they're
just-
about to
it's
get
been-
attacked by dragons?
It's just been mentioned in chat as well. It's like, why do they do this? Like, well, because he's got seconds of screen time left, so we
Yeah.
want to make sure there's a story here, which is he's a monster, kill him.
And I guess, is it meant to be that he's sort of been a persistent on the council, like not really, like he's like the most anti-woman sort of person on the council.
Yes.
Like he was the one who was the first and quickest to oppose her taking over after Aegon got knocked out, and he went for Aemon. But again, it's like, I don't. Why would you do this? Why is this what you chose to write?
I know. They've divorced any type of logic or intelligence to force, as you've always saying, men bad, men rapist, throwing it in there, and it's like, yeah, you can tell this was written by a feminist.
Yep.
Well, and you know we're in trouble because the best defenses of this have become so fucking broad. It's like, well, bad people do bad things.
Okay.
Bad people
Not
stupid
they
things.
enact plans that essentially amount to suicide, is what this is. Because
Yeah.
again, the expected result happens. People come in, find out what's happened, they see what's happened, and then he's like, "No, she's plotting to take over." And it's like, dude, it's like, look at you, like it's over.
It's
You
so
killed
fucked.
yourself.
What, like,
You had an argument until you started raping her.
Yeah.
let's like compare it to season 1, I guess, right? Wait, is it season 1 where we see Laris jerking off to her feet and everything?
That's
Yeah.
season 2. Is it? Is it
Is
season
it-
1?
oh.
No, you might be right. It might be episode 9 because it was written by what's her name. It might have been episode 9. Yeah.
But like that is a depiction of someone that holds power and is, taking advantage of this situation, and a woman who doesn't know what or whatever. That sequence makes more sense than this. This is just so ham-fisted and stupid. Not that isn't weird. That's obviously a weird, creepy scene, but
it's inconsequential. Here it's like he won. He had all the information that he needed to subvert their plan, and then he did something profoundly insane that kills himself, basically. He killed himself by doing this.
Ugh.
Is he meant to be a retard? Is he meant to be a dipshit? Is that like, aside from obviously being a psychopath?
No,
like,
he must have some level of intelligence to be on the council, right?
He's the
Like,
master of laws.
He's the
yeah,
master
I'm
of
the
laws.
master of laws as you walked in here with me mounting this woman.
I am Captain Rape, master of laws.
Stop raping, sir.
Oh God.
This is
So-
bonkers. I just don't know how they could write this scene and think this makes sense. Unless you a brain dead activist, right? Yeah. and that's
No, they
exactly
thought
what-
they were cooking on this one.
right.
Hey, we got George out of the way. We can do what we
We
want.
got that loser out of the way, that fat idiot.
Yeah.
Now we can-
Well, George is absolutely down for rape scenes, just to be clear.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and then we move on to this, where her counsel says, "Hey man, this seems like a trap," and she says, "Okay, maybe it is. Anyway, I'm off to go and potentially get trapped."
Look,
This
this is irrelevant and divorced, but I just got to mention it. It's one of those small things, like with Ryan seeing the dragon drink out of the thing. I like that she's wearing Jace's sword. One, I really like the sword, and two, look, it's a kind of a nice touch. It's just remembering her son, and that's kind of a thing. But look, small thing. I know it means nothing ultimately.
That's okay, Shad. We start with the praise. Now, anyway, to the other stuff.
The other stuff, everything else.
The reason why it falls off the cliff for me is because both the blacks and the greens have just collapsed and the whole story doesn't matter to me anymore because nothing makes any fucking sense, right? So you're telling me now, with Alicent having, she knows her Kingsguards have betrayed her, as far as we can tell. We'll find out, right? Like, logically speaking, it's like, so what's he going to do about it? It's like, presumably he's going to start moving around and rallying as many people as possible to let the city know we're about to be sieged and given up because of traitors within our midst, sort of thing. But what we find out is he gathers house guards vaguely and then stays in the throne room. Imagine he had gotten out more word to more people
And
people
imagine
that
if
are
he said,
obviously...
"Dude, you can't surrender. She'll kill you all. There's
She's
no
gonna
surrender
kill you
here.
all
She'll
because of trick.
kill you all
Because of trick.
because
She's
you,
traced the
exactly.
G.
You
I
have
know
to fight or
personally,
you're gonna die."
because he would have known that she'd done all the shifty meetings with Rhaenyra and everything. He'd be like, they were friends as children. She's trying to destroy the throne. She's done this on purpose. She sent away Aemon to, like, panic. We gotta fucking rally and get ready. They're about to destroy everything. So that by the time she can do anything, it's already over. Ignoring Jasper's rape, we've still got other characters that are going to rally shit at the castle, but we're going to find out that's going to be completely ineffective. It's like, great. So the green side is just fucked storytelling-wise. The black side, we're going to go and take our dragons and fly above King's Landing, hoping that Vhagar's not there. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath if it is, without information. No, that's what I'm saying. It's still an if. You don't know for sure. Vhagar
And you have no army supporting you. It's just
very
you and your
complicated.
dragons.
No foot soldiers. It's like, right. So what's going to happen once you arrive and Vhagar's not there? It's like, we'll land and go in. What do you mean you'll land and go in?
Yeah, I like
What
the
happens
best
if
thing that
100
you
guys?
could do, like, even if two land and another flying around, and they say, everyone in the castle surrender or you're all barbecued. Come out, lay down your arms, we have you, we got dragons. I could see something like that being possible, right? But, like, even going in, there was a way they might have been able to sell it by having the other dragons staring through the windows, ready to barbecue. But then again, like, if they
Well, but
capture her,
that
they
wouldn't
have
even work,
leverage,
though.
and then
If they're going to barbecue them, it'll barbecue.
I know, right?
Rhaenyra
That's
and
what I mean.
Daemon
It's
And
like-
all you
Yeah.
need is a handful of very stealthy bowmen.
Arrow,
and
yeah,
over.
exactly.
Yeah,
Game over.
in that entrance hall.
But luckily, people
archers
charge
could've
at
just
you
ended it.
one-on-one. They just charge at you one at a time with their swords, so the
You
Daemon
should hold
can take
off
them out effortlessly.
because that's like the preamble conversation. When we
No, I
see
know,
the scenes,
I know,
we'll
I
do it
know,
all.
I know.
But for now,
Yeah.
God, this fuck is. Dude, I think I was done at this point. It's just,
Yeah, no, at this
you
point,
killed
it's just
me.
like, yep, I guess I'm along for the ride to see what stupid shit happens.
The Starks abandoning Winterfell when the Ironmen, the Greyjoys, break in. It was out of kind of arrogance, thinking nobody can get into this castle. Like, we're safe. We'll leave it lightly garrisoned. This is King's Landing. So the other thing is the gold cloaks when they come in. I don't know how you interpreted it. Nothing in the book is rock solid. That's one of the more frustrating things about it, is you don't know if you're getting the truth. I always got the impression that somebody got a hold of the gold cloaks beforehand. I mean, I could be wrong about this, but no, in this case, it was just pure fucking luck.
I mean, yeah, goddamn,
We're not
man.
there yet, but that's going to be the big, like, it's a game over for this whole plot line. Like,
We'll get there. Sorry, but
But
oh my
yeah,
god.
I mean,
And it's, I mean,
annoying scene.
it's not that difficult, and I don't think it's that difficult to find a way to make it work. Like I said,
Yeah.
if you involve Damon in that early, which you're already involving him in a bunch of shit he's not supposed to be anyway, if you involve him in that conversation, and he's really fucking skeptical of Alicent, as he should be, like, more so than he is right here, certainly. But like, if you do that and you have him tell Alicent who to go to, who to set this up, I guess you don't get the big surprise and, oh, let's wait 10 seconds and see which side they take. but the story actually makes more sense.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I've
but-
been saying. The underlining logic, there's something there. Like there's leverage enough that they might have been able to pull it off, but then the execution that they did go with, you're just like, what? No.
They're slaves to the spectacle. They're slaves to the
Yeah.
surprise. Exactly.
100%.
They're slaves to, whoa, what's going to happen? Oh, just in the nick of time. There they come, you know. Here come the gold cloaks. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. I don't
Well,
trust you anymore, writers.
And someone in the chat, Phantom Rider says, in the book, George alludes several times before King's Landing's fall that the gold cloaks were in Damon's pocket. And
Yep.
I think they've done the work to show that in this show as well, a couple times. The problem is that Damon has no role in setting that up.
Nope.
Like in this.
Like I said,
It's
we're
just,
almost
it
there.
is
We go
just
over it when we actually have-
happenstance. It's just happenstance that Allison tells the right person, talks to the right person, and
There's
yeah.
so much wrong with it. I don't even want to start yet because we're not on the scenes. Like,
yeah.
But again,
But-
it is worth noting that when she goes down to talk to the council and they point out, like, hey, man, seems like a trap, that her response is basically, yeah, maybe it is. Anyway, off I go.
insane,
and-
fucking batshit insane that all of them, whatever. But then it's like we can't even escape this fucking castle without more cringe. Like, hey, before you go, I'm the one who's faithful, Rhaenyra. David is like meters away, dude.
And it's just funny because Damon got you the army. Like, he got you the army and he bent the
Killed
knee.
her.
Like, he's on your side. She's clear. What, the fact that she would say this to you at this critical hour, dude. Come
God,
on.
she's so obviously like I don't even need to say it because Damon has. He's already laid out. She's a snake. She's slithered up to this fucking position.
And
And
I
he
think
just
what's annoying
smiles
is
at her.
She probably will snake him. And then the show will be like, see? It's like, what do you mean, see? We don't live in this world. Our lives aren't on the line and we're noticing these things as we're watching this television show. Meanwhile, the characters that are actually deeply involved in this, they don't notice that she's obviously a snake that's going to sell them out. That's some great writing right there. Good job, whatever your name is, lady.
See, here's the thing that I worry about with the way they presented the jealousy over Allison and stuff. I worry that it's not going to be that she sells them out, that she does like stay loyal, and she does have, you know what I mean? Despite
You might be
everything that
right.
we've seen.
You might be right, yeah.
It wouldn't honestly.
Gonna-
It wouldn't matter if she was the biggest and best asset for the team by the end of it. It's that they've had every piece of information and warning to kill her right now.
Oh, well, no, it's clear that the writers love this character and
Yeah.
they're gassing her up
Yes,
and everything.
yep.
So,
They're enamored.
plot armor
for
is
some
going to be.
reason.
Oh yeah, she's just such a powerful woman. You
Strong,
know,
independent
she's
woman.
been
who's-
ripped of all her agency, and she's still making it work. In this power.
So,
That's
And then
how they see it.
And then we cut to Damon basically. This is the thing. Swearing allegiance to Rhaenyra, I think it was a strong payoff, had lots of build up to it, but I didn't realize it was gonna like chop off his head in the sense of he's so weak now with a lot of these points. It's like, hey, so you like it's crazy who you've got advising you now, you know? Like that's nuts. Isn't she kind of like and it's like I don't need your approval.
And he's all, it was just a comment. Okay,
Just
calm
oh, yeah,
down.
it's just a little bit-
You should have
it's a
told her to calm
comedy.
down.
Just kill her, Damon. You've got it. Not Rhaenyra. Kill Arya.
Well,
This is kind of what I'm getting at. Is like I just don't buy that Damon would be pussyfooting with all of this. He'd be like, I'm not gonna waste any fucking time.
nope.
I don't even need to tell her. In fact, he should just pay someone to fucking slit her throat and throw her into the water and be like, oh, I guess she
Oopsie.
ran away.
Like, yeah, she just disappeared, right?
She ran away.
That's crazy.
You know what? Like, small thing again. I've been won over to Damon's armor. I like Damon's armor now.
Damon's
you know.
armor is good.
I've always liked his armor.
And like it was, it treads the line of fantasy and functional really well. I like it. Small things. What she's wearing is useless, by the way. This tiny, like those chainmail rings, nothing.
Yeah, but she knows it's not a trap, Shad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
She's read the script.
Yeah. She's got a crown.
I was so worried when I saw her like wearing this sword. Like
You're like, oh, she's about to go into battle and start just cutting down household knights and
Yeah.
Kingsguard like they're butter.
I mean, the show's already dead. It's just like, oh well. But yeah, I mean, that would have been some extra cringe.
He's also, don't let me down. guys know what to do. We're going to go take King's Landing. You guys got our back. So it's just a few dragons, no army. And they mentioned that the Valerian fleet is scattered at this point. The Maester does. But they head over there anyway. Now, do we even need to get into what down? It went down differently in the book. It just did.
Well, we're nearly getting to the scene, so we can talk a bit more about it. But now another stupid Alicent scene. Hey, you're a traitor now. Sorry.
Yeah.
and like Helena's just like, I just want to look at bugs and raise chickens because I'm autistic. And Alicent's like, too bad. We're like, maybe we'll do that someday, but right now we have to lie to the household. Not
Or
lie,
Helena.
I guess, but fucking. The lie doesn't work. They just have to be honest eventually. They're not even lying to anybody.
And
I mean, this is where like out open treason. Like I know, you know, she could have been overheard before. Now she is on the battlements, like telling the actual guardsmen to stand down. And
The Kingsguard hasn't done anything. He should be telling everybody the Queen is a traitor, or both the Queen and the Queen. What's she called? Queen Regent or Queen?
Dowager.
The previous Queen, Dowager Queen.
Dowager, I think is.
They're both gonna tell you all to fucking kill yourselves. Ignore them. They're crazy and traitors. They have snaked Aegon. They have subverted Aemond. They are trying to destroy everything. Don't listen to them.
It's also unnecessary. Like these people, these guys, they're not going to do anything against dragons. One sweep of fire along those battlements, they're all taken out. Defenders on the wall dealt with. They could still have what they wanted to achieve with the pieces in place. They didn't need this stupidity to happen, but I guess they're unaware.
no, everybody pretty much gives up inside the castle after the gold cloaks surround it basically and kill. I'm blanking the name. The high tower that's in charge of the gold cloaks. This none of this happens. So she's going to a ship and she's like, you got to stand down when the dragons. And the guy's like, what? And then she kicks it back to Helena. Like, this is a command from Helena, your queen. And she's like, what? And she's, what was the line?
She was like, I don't want any beasts harmed.
I don't want any beasts harmed.
Or something like that.
Yes. Her sons were always kind. Yeah,
Well,
the dead one.
This is after the lie fails. Like,
I mean, like if I was the guardsman hearing that is like, oh no, we're dealing with retards. It's just
The sons were kind of dead. Why would you even bring it up?
This is insane. If the news has gotten to everybody that the prince just died in a big fight.
It's like, dude, so we're winning, right?
Well, not just that, but also she's gonna come here mercifully. That's great. I don't
That's
believe
what I
you,
mean.
traitor.
Kingsguard should have
No,
run
and
around
they
saying
heard-
they're going to
they-
kill you. Don't
They
surrender.
would have heard that Jace died. They absolutely would have heard.
but clearly, Lady Jane fucking.
Yeah, if
heard
the
it in
Eerie
2
got
seconds,
it, they've
so-
got it.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, fucking royals.
I liked his helmet. Nice,
Yeah.
you know.
So
The shot of Vagar flying around Harrenhal
yeah,
looked
That was-
fucking amazing.
that was pretty cool.
I love me some Vagar, but of course I was like, so he is here. It just took him fucking ages compared to every other dragon in the show.
She's old, Mauler. She doesn't she has to take breaks in between.
Lots
all
of
right.
peeing.
Stop to get a drink of water like Caraxes.
Man, have you
No.
ever taken a woman on a road trip? You know how many times you got to stop to pee?
That's
Shit.
right. She's old. She don't have no diapers on.
So Kristen Cole
Nice.
sees it and goes,
Fucking
"Oh,
nice.
thank God, I can go die now. Let's go, guys!" And they fry some people, the garrison that's left there in the
Cool as
household.
shit.
I
But you know,
love what you
then-
said, Muller, while we're watching this. You're like, because Vagar knocks off a piece of the castle. He's like, it's damaged enough, guys. Come on.
just leave Harrenhal alone.
See, I was wondering if this was like he was gonna just level what was remaining and it was gonna be what was left in Game of Thrones, but no, he decides like I have all the leverage and the power on my dragon. I'm gonna hop off my dragon now
So,
and
hey,
make myself really vulnerable.
Chad, it's on theme. Lots of characters decide this is the way to do it, to relinquish my nuke and go and walk around.
Cole was already supposed to be here. He was supposed to fly in, and they were having a victory celebration. And they were like, "Man, he kicked some ass." And then Eamon learns that Damon and Rhaenyra took King's Landing, and then he feels like a fucking idiot.
It's cool as shit to see him fight, but every moment you're like, what are you doing, you fucking moron? What if some guy was to stab you in the back with a knife? That was
Some useless
Yeah,
guy.
right. But also in all of these engagements, okay, from here when they get to King's Landing, at every single scene, you should be asking yourself, what about crossbows or arrows or bows? Like this guy is done. All they need is like 3 guys with, you know, aimed crossbows on him, and his stuff. Like armor is like, you'll find the gaps, you know, easy enough. He's got an open face helmet. You wouldn't want to risk it, but like they've all forgotten that ranged weaponry exists in the medieval period. And look, I like the fighting. It's just what led to
The
it.
fight's good.
Do you think that did they know how Damon took Harrenhal? Like, are they aware that Damon just fucking rolled up and took the entire thing himself?
I thought that the whole idea with this was supposed to be parallels.
It's supposed to mirror it. Yeah.
Right, so like asking about why Aemon would fucking not just like get there with Vhagar and fucking wait. Aemon desperately wants to be Damon, right? And,
Yes.
So I don't know if
And
that's
make
the
out.
reason why he decides to do this entire thing himself, to do that parallel. Yeah.
I think that just backs what I was saying on a previous stream, that I'm very sad about completely removing any intelligence Aemond has now. We're just sort of banking on all of his extreme emotions to make him do anything.
Yeah.
It's a shame, because he's always come across to me as a lot more smarter than that, but I guess I was wrong. Never mind.
At least we see
Good actor. He would have been a
Yeah.
good snake.
I like seeing Blackfire in action. It's a cool sword.
He does have Blackfire, and you knew how this is gonna go down immediately.
I was a little disappointed here, not because I really like Simon and he was going to come to an end. That's okay with me. It's more so, does he have no idea who this is? He doesn't do a very good job. He did a better job with Damon. I don't know.
Does he think that he could talk him down because he was able to talk?
He literally fucking goes to like hug him borderline. I was
Well, I
like,
know.
what are you
He's
puts
doing?
his
way
hands
too
on his
familiar.
He's basically trying, hey, don't worry, we're not here to fight. It's no big deal. But
Aemon's a different beast than Damon.
But that's
He
the thing, does he
is.
not
It's
know who
like-
this is? Like, he's kind of a psycho at this point. Like, you should know this, and you should also be like, whoa, 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 whoa! Like, we are for you, buddy. I was hell. You know, I didn't even. Gosh,
Yeah.
it's been so annoying
Fuck that
having
Damon
to.
guy.
Yeah, he held us hostage here. It's crazy. The Strong's always been in favor of you guys.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you know, anything kind of sneaky and intelligent, it felt to me like Simon's time was up. So they're just like, well, the second he put his hands on it, I was like, you dead, dude. What are
Yes.
you doing?
And they
What
didn't
are you
even
doing?
like, the motivation was supposed to be that Aemon didn't like the Strongs and he thinks Loras betrayed him, so fuck the Strongs and the bastards, by the way. So he just doesn't like them anyway, and he completely ends their line. The Strongs are no more.
Like, all he had to say was, Harrenhal is yours.
Except for
I swear
Larys.
allegiance to the rightful king. That's all he had to say.
Laris isn't going to have any kids masturbating to women's feet.
It's a shame too, because again, really, really good actor, very fun character. And had he died
Yep.
in a way that made more
Oh,
sense
hang
to
on.
me, I wouldn't have any complaints.
The guy there standing is there with his knife in the open.
Yes, sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Even should be able to see it. It's right there.
Yep.
Dad!
Wait, yeah, so...
And whack.
this fucking bitch right here just stands there.
Yep.
Yeah, you think you'd be running at this, right?
I gotta
Might
be
as
careful,
well.
right? I'd love to just play it, but, you know, I'm trying to help.
Yeah, I mean, it's all, and also, I mean, I guess it is pretty lucky for Aemon that he didn't just stab him in the fucking neck.
I hate this shit
for the-
so much,
yeah.
dude. Look at this.
Left himself so
Come
vulnerable.
on.
Then this guy
And
comes
then
in.
He gets bailed out. It's like the worst of both. He gets bailed out while also being incapacitated by this because he allowed it to happen.
And this is done
It
for
wasn't even
the
sneaking. The guy walked up holding the knife in hand
Yeah.
and...
yeah. So this was all done for Alice Rivers and her.
And now you're like, oh, that's seed. Aha! Wow,
Yeah,
good
now we
job.
know
You
why.
set it up 10 minutes before.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
really sort of, lining up all your,
When-
whatever the saying is. You got everything arranged in order, you know?
When
Good on
in the
you.
books, she's a witch, so was it Mushroom thought that she used love potions or some kind of spells to now it's going to be, she's going to heal.
It's so
Amy.
blatant,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
You know exactly what's going on. And it's like that other scene that was weird. It's like, oh, now that makes sense. Great.
But not in a good way, in a bad
No.
way. In a I see you,
Sarah
Trick
Hess way.
Rider. Yeah.
Chad, do you like seeing the Valerian steel ripple in the light?
Yeah. Like I said,
Yes.
I love seeing Blackfire in action. That's
They do a better job in this show than they did in Game of Thrones.
oh, all the swords in this show are just peak.
No, fucking. How do you like how they depicted Dawn as just a regular sword? You know.
Oh, I thought you said dong. And I thought you were talking
No,
about.
there was Dawn earlier in the
Yeah.
episode, Ryan. Dawn.
I know. I got you now. I'm like, you were talking about swords, and I'm like, what?
I want to get a replica of Jace's sword. That's probably my favorite one.
Sword of the Morning. I want a replica of that. That's going to play a big part in the books that George is never going to finish.
Yeah, it's just a plain ass regular sword, and Arthur Dane uses two swords during the fight.
I know. It's like,
like
what?
the worst thing in the world.
So she shows up, and he asks for
Eamon's
help.
bleeding the fuck out,
Yep.
Because he's a moron. And then he's like, please save me.
and he desperately needs another mother figure in his life.
Yep.
And this is your girl. And I like this character until now. So we'll see what they do with her. But
You'll love
But
to see it.
It is a big mystery in the books why,
yes,
of all people, Alice Rivers has this bond with Eamon and this hold on Eamon, and also why she like demands that he goes and kills Damon. You know, like that is a big mystery as to why any of that happened. I don't particularly love what they've set up here.
no. Yeah. So that's been changed.
So anyway.
Here comes the invasion of King's Landing.
Which they fly around. You're like, right, now what's the next
I
step?
always imagined it at night. But maybe it was
we
during the
land.
day, but I can't remember. So they land, and look, there's a
Valarian high tower.
There's a
going.
Valarian high tower. Yeah, there's. Dude. So they open the gates.
It's this shit, Gary.
Now walking in, it's like,
Yeah,
and again,
it's-
all you need to
it's
think about
not-
is like crossbows and arrows.
Chad,
That's
they
all you need.
closed the doors behind them in a way that I was like, what the like, if David, if he knew for certainty that the place had been flooded by City Watch and that like you could see that from his dragon,
Yep.
like way more viable. But not only does he not know where they are, he doesn't even know for sure that they're loyal.
No.
There
No,
are ways they could have pulled this off. It's just they decided let's do. And what's annoying is like I love seeing Damon do some fighting. Okay, that was fun.
Yeah, we got to see
But what
Eamon and
justified
Damon
it-
do fighting, instead of walking around a castle or kissing their mom. And
Good thing they will charge at him one-on-one.
Yeah,
instead.
I know,
really
one at
good
a
Okay,
time.
then you
guy.
go.
That's top tier because
Then you
this
go.
is, in every way you can conceptualize, a trap, likely led by the
Obviously.
King's Guard. And his plan is, right, I'm going to drop about, what is this, like 7 dudes at the front door, and they're going to attack one by one, giving Damon full chance. We're not going to have anyone ranged at all of the perfect points to
Yeah,
do so.
like they're in a kill box with a balcony
I just
all
can't
around
Yeah,
them.
just a
and all
couple
they need
guys,
is crossbows.
right
it's
there.
done. Like,
Yeah, you win. You just win instantly.
And one
War's
guy
over,
with
you win.
nunchucks.
But no, it's all good because it's just a bunch of guys with swords who are going to go at you one-on-one instead of even swarming you, what would you do then if like 10 of them came at you at once? But even then, just use some fucking arrows, crossbows, dead. You win. And they knew that this was a possibility, surely, but they just, fuck, so lucky it all just sort of goes according to plan? Question mark, I guess. I guess this is the plan and it's working flawlessly.
Should Rhaenyra already feel like, oh shit, I've
Yeah,
been betrayed? Question mark.
Yep.
But no, I guess they know. Again, they've read the scripts, so they're like, "Oh no, this is just a few of the stragglers. Don't worry about it."
Yep. Nothing to worry about. That guy just kind of sits there for a while on his sword.
Look, he's wearing mail. Dark System will be able to get through that.
Oh, no problem. Like, utterly no problem. So, hey.
Look where those maids are. That was a bow and arrow up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
What's he gonna do? Deflect him with his
What are the
He's
body?
not
maids
wearing
hanging
his
around
helmet.
for? The
Like,
maids.
he's
Yeah,
not
takes his
wearing
helmet off. You're right.
It's a
Chad,
fine.
Rhaenyra
Yes.
just stood there
I know.
watching.
And she's not even wearing proper armor. It's just like, just an arrow aimed on her, like Damon surrender or she's dead. You know?
And it's these two specifically. You lose one of these two, it's huge damage. Both of them, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. You win. You
I
just
don't know why
win.
the household staff isn't running for their lives out of the castle right now.
Just watching, like, oh, it's a fight.
Yeah, it's our new bosses. Yeah, they won't kill us.
Yeah, and then this is borderline like MCU slop. This part of
yeah.
just
Yeah.
walking through always being like we're so badass, and then one dude just goes blah, then gets killed.
Yeah, what?
Yep.
What was that? Oh,
Well.
jeez. Yeah.
What were the
Oh, he reacted like he didn't know they were there. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
what's going on?
I think he was. I don't even think this guy was necessarily gonna fight him. I think he just walked around the corner and Damon killed him.
as
And
bad
dude
luck.
like, my prince. Like, no.
And the two people that were walking at the beginning of the scene, were they off to go do some, I don't know, administrative work? Like, are they not get the
didn't
alert
see-
that the castle's
Yeah.
being taken over? Yeah.
And then you get this set where it's like, where the fuck
So
were
what-
you guys?
Yeah, where were you? And also, how does your plan work if these guys attack you immediately? They just get
Yeah,
you. They don't
screwed.
announce
It would actually
themselves
be game
and
over.
talk to you. They
Yep.
just kill you. Doesn't matter when your gold cloaks come in and they're like, "What are you guys doing here? What, were you coming to betray us?"
So
And they're like,
yeah,
"No,
the gold
no."
cloaks
And then
have
they
no one
say,
to serve at that point.
"Yeah, exactly." And then the gold cloaks are like, "No, we weren't doing that. Okay, cool, buddies. Lay down your sword and then just take them all." You know, it's just like fucking over if they attack them straight away. But no, they sit here and wait as if it's all very theatrical and sort of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Wow, good stuff,
This
Sarah.
is why, like, as bad as Captain Rape was, like, this to me kills the show. This whole sequence, both on the blacks and the green side. This is immense retardity from everybody. It's so bad.
All
Yeah.
objectives destroyed.
Oof. So they're looking for Aegon. He is gone.
Clear as you can, Commander.
And then she pulls her sword out, and I'm like,
I like their
They-
reaction when she draws it, though. They just laugh at her. Like,
yeah,
And
they
they
laugh,
laugh at her.
which is
Which they should.
they should. Now there's a thing I haven't seen before. That is a proper line right there, because wow. So they're dead here, no matter what. There's enough people to outnumber Damon. They're cooked already. But look,
But, oh boy.
here come
Look
the
who it
gold
is.
cloaks, and
And
now they're
didn't
really
know that
cooked.
the gold clo- Yeah, like they didn't know the gold cloaks were gonna back them up.
That's
They're
so
surprised
dumb,
by
dude.
their,
They didn't know that. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like if you don't even know the source, that this would be pretty dissatisfying. It's like, oh my god, it's so over. Oh no, it's not over. Okay.
Oh.
You made it out of there alive,
Yeah,
Commander.
okay.
Stand by for pickup.
So the gold cloaks side with Rhaenyra, and Garp is screwed. He's like, damn it.
Also, yeah, very funny as well when the gold cloaks appear. The two of them look at them for a while, and it's like, dude, that's just an easy shot for Garp right now.
Yep,
Like, look at that.
I
Just-
know.
If only have we
Just
got an
reach out,
example of a
stab.
psychopathic Targaryen turning his back on someone with a weapon and suffering for it? Oh wait, we do.
Yep, we do.
Yeah,
And so he basically, because you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? And he's like, hey, we remember the captain of the Gold Cloaks, Daemon Targaryen. Oh, and by the way, and the Queen Rhaenyra. Like, as stupid as this entire plan is, like, Daemon leads her straight up to the fucking throne. The loyalty of Daemon's men is the reason fucking they don't all die.
Yep.
Daemon has to sit there, which we'll get to later, but Daemon has to sit there and fucking tell her what to do the entire fucking time.
like coaching every move. This time.
Every
Let's
move.
now do
And
this.
like, Daemon is the only reason this shit is happening. Which I appreciated that, because I thought they were going to have her fucking roll in there and do this. I thought she was going to fucking grab a
Well, I
sword.
will say, Ryan,
So-
Grace said that she did not like how Rhaenyra was treated in like the first 1 or 2 episodes or whatever, but that she loved what they ended up doing with her by episode 4.
Oh,
boy.
Well, I'm not happy about that. But
no.
I have what we've seen so far. I was surprised that they show her so fucking weak and pathetic and vulnerable and really not worthy of what she's getting.
But I think
yeah.
that's like unintentionally.
It could be,
realistic,
yeah.
Where I think their intention is that these men are
Yes.
taking away her agency and telling her what to do, and you need to sympathize with her because she's being controlled so much. And so when she becomes the girl boss, you're all gonna clap and cheer it. When no, what you're showing here is that she is so unfit to rule, so unworthy, so incapable, so incompetent. Like the fact that she would have anyone's loyalty when they see her, how it like just incompetent she is, it is boggling. It's stupid. But the writers don't see that. The writers, I honestly think they're writing it in the like, oh, look at all these bad men domineering her, and she's only so awful because all the men around her.
I don't think
curious,
Damon's been written that way in the last several episodes, though. Like you guys were talking about, Damon would have like killed Massaria. Damon from the first 17 episodes of this show would have, without asking Rhaenyra's permission, without doing anything. When he kind of bends the knee and resubmits to her, to me. me, that is him not doing things the way he used to, not doing whatever the fuck he wanted, whenever the fuck he wanted, doing things behind her back, like blood and cheese, like doing all of that shit. That is him trying to, in her frame, like support her. You know what I mean? So I don't
totally
think
buy that, if not for the fact that he knows who the right worm is, and he calls out her motivation and her potential, and he knows it better than
And I
anyone.
think he's gonna. I think he would continue to work on her and talk to her, but I don't think he just kills her outright.
I just completely disagree. Her head comes off probably before that conversation as well.
I think, look, I might not like what Damon has done and what they've turned Damon into in terms of that being a little subservient in that type of way, but I think what they showed, like
I said,
like that, makes sense why he wouldn't act like that Damon that broke them apart in the first place.
I would have called that it would bolster his interest in erasing someone who might just be like a little grenade inside the royal family, and he knows he knows that it's not going to, especially if she's wormed her way into Rhaenyra, borderline trusting him more than anyone else in that castle. Damon's like, fuck, I got to get rid of this person
And
right
said what
now.
she said right in front
Damon
of the
knows
queen.
better than anybody that Rhaenyra is fucking catastrophically indecisive. Absolutely, he's loyal to her. Absolutely gets her on the throne, but he's got to make some of these decisions. That's like the number one that she cannot make a decision on.
What I think the way Damon is approaching that is doing exactly what he's doing in this, is showing her that he is keeping all of those promises, like side by side with her, leading her, guiding her, like through all of this. That's what I think Damon is doing to show where he is compared to where these other people are, if that makes sense.
And I think I'm with Ryan on this one. And not that I don't think Damon wouldn't want, he has enough context to know that, you know, Sarah, whatever her name is, needs to die. But he also knows how emotionally unstable Rhaenyra is right here. And I think if he killed her right then and there, that could ruin this whole scene, or when I seen the intent, the plan to take the capital, where it just wasn't the right time. Even if he wanted to, it would have just sent her off, and is trying to get her focused to do what needs to be done.
I could entertain.
I'm not saying I love that. I'm not saying I really like that for Damon, right? Just in general, if I could have like the Damon that I want in my head. But what I'm saying is I think that's what they've showed us he is doing now.
I could buy it for anyone lower in aggression than what they've shown for the White Worm. She has already sold their house out. If he doesn't deal with her, it may be too late to deal with her. He knows this. He cuts off her head. Especially with this fucking plan. Are you kidding me? Like, it's just she's too dangerous to be left alive.
Oh, I would have liked it if he just had an order for someone to offer while they're out. And then she's like, oh, she's disappeared, my queen. Don't know where she's gone. She's just been dragging food or something like that.
You know, this is all a result of really poor decisions throughout. Miss Arya shouldn't even have played her hand so fucking blatantly. Like, I don't like the character at all, but she's an idiot for a lot of the shit she's said and done.
The way I see this playing out is all of these things, and Damon proving that all those things he said he meant, that like the visions he had, like the purpose, he's let go of the dream that he had when he was kind of bitter and jealous with Viserys and stuff, and he is truly like embracing this and getting her there because that's what he thinks needs to happen.
Okay,
and then what we're going to see when he has to go find Sheep Stealer's rider, who killed Jace, is when all of that commitment and all those plans suddenly get fucking thrown on their head and he gets put in a conundrum. That's what I think they're setting up.
But if I bought the argument, then I need the scene where he explains to Rhaenyra, she's gonna kill us. She's got a plan. She's wrapped herself around you. She's ripped you from the Black Council. Like, do you understand what I know about this woman? Do you know what she did to us with the High Towers? And Rhaenyra would be like, yeah. But she trust me, I know her now. I know her really well. And he'd be like,
we kissed, Damon. Don't know what that means.
That's her whole thing. She runs people back and forth, wraps them around her fingers. She's been doing this for decades. She's already traded us before. All she's gonna do is wait until it's not worthwhile to be on our team. Like, what? And you've entrusted her as your prime advice. If we got all of that, and she said, trust me, or they had some kind of settling in some way, I'd be way more into this idea of Damon. But as it stands, one, he's barely even mentioned it. All he did was this little fucking cuck speech of like, I don't know if you, what's with your advisors? They shortchange fast over here since I forgot. She's like, I don't care for your perspective on this one. He's like, oh, okay, geez, I was just saying, you know, like, even with him kneeling, you think this is viable for his like actions, his mode for this?
I look, if he never brings it up again, period, then maybe. They're literally about to like hop on their dragons and go do this thing.
He had to do it before this plan was enacted.
Why?
Because this is everything. Everything is up for all up in the air.
So how would any? So just for maybe you know, but if he had cut off her head and they'd
no.
How could anything have changed?
We can deal with the cutting off her head. I'm dealing with the idea of if we run with what your explanation is, then he has to warn Rhaenyra. We didn't say
that's
anything.
what I'm saying. If we never hear him say anything else or try to warn or try to say, hey, are you really sure she has your best interest? If we never hear anything of that again, then I totally agree with you.
Before this is what I'm saying. He has to warn it before they do the biggest, riskiest plan ever that could very well be orchestrated from Missaria. We don't actually know.
What I'm telling you is like, one, I think that Damon believes, even though he knows Missaria is a liar and all this stuff, that she is uncomfortable with this plan. Like that's what they laid that out early on. So I don't think that Damon thinks that she's behind this plan necessarily. But my question is, if he cuts off her head and says, hey, I don't know if this is a trap or not, like, what's the difference? She is going to go. He wants her to go. This is their opportunity. Vhagar is gone. It's the only opportunity they fucking have, period.
The difference is she's dead, so she can't do anything.
What would she do? That's my question. What would she do between when they left, if he cut off her head, versus, and then they fly over to fucking, to King's Landing? There's nothing that changes.
She can't give orders, she can't share information, she can't be a spider or master of whispers, which is her whole thing. That's her job.
Right, but in the 30 minutes it takes to fly from Dragonstone to King's Landing, how would it affect this retarded plan? My answer is it wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. So you're saying what she did before this plan, kill her. It doesn't affect anything about this plan.
Any capacity for a decision to do anything from this point on is affected by chopping off her head permanently. Anything. Any action she could permanently take.
I agree long term, but not this plan.
All terms. There's nothing else she can do. Why would we let her human benefit
But if he
from
did, how would Rhaenyra have reacted?
No, my point, like I said, I didn't have to deal with the chopping off her head anyway. My whole issue is if I run with your explanation, we have to have him talk to her about it, and before now. She is out of control in Dragonstone now. We don't know what she's gonna do. He believes that she's likely to sabotage him and by extension, their whole royal family. He already knows she's already betrayed them. She has a lot of power, a lot of influence, a lot of information. Cut off her head, and it stops, at least partially, it staunches whatever she was up to.
Well, we would have liked it if he did, but I think there's enough context to perhaps justify them not doing it right away. What's going to determine is how they handle the character going on.
That's
and they love the character.
If he never says anything bad about her again, if he never tries to say, I don't think she has your best interest in mind, none of that ever happens, then I'll agree with you. But in this specific instance, I just don't see, especially with what we've seen from Damon, if he did that, she'd freak the fuck out. And she'd be like, no, I don't trust you. You're still the same person you were, blah, blah, blah.
You gotta get off the decapitation thing. That's what I think should happen, but I'm arguing the discussion element. Just telling her, warning Rhaenyra.
Yeah. And
you're not even, like, are you even gonna give ground on that?
Look, he tries to bring it up, and it's clear that that's not happening right there. And they're about to fly off, right?
Come on. It's just beyond Damon's character when she says, hey, I don't need your commentary.
Okay.
It creates quite a problem, and if they're trying to, like, what they're trying to present, what Shad brought it up earlier, these are two women trying to weave their way through the patriarchy, right? That's basically what it is, and that's how it is presented. I can't wait to watch the behind the scenes for this one. I cannot fucking wait. Problem is, we'll see what happens later. I'm guessing the White Worm does not meet the end that she meets in the book.
No, they love the character. They're going to give her plot armor, and so
She's had a lot of plot armor, and they could have written her a lot better.
Which I brought up earlier. I don't think she's trying to betray them. I think that the writers are going to show that she is truly sympathetic to Rhaenyra. I think the writers are going to try to show that she does want Rhaenyra's affection, that she's not going to do that. But that's what I think the writers want you to feel about her.
There's a good chance of that. It just wouldn't change anything for Damon's perspective.
Nope. Well, wait till you see what happens in probably a couple episodes. Things will...
Oh, well, that's got me worried. If Grace Randolph really liked what they did with Rhaenyra in the next few episodes, and she didn't like these ones, I'm like, oh, crap, they're going to go...
Well, that's interesting. I am beyond worries anymore because I don't care.
You know, you're right. You're also right about that. Like, part of my feeling about the argument of Damon's thing is that I kind of don't care now. It's like,
well,
characters are...
George likes to write the heart in conflict with itself. Right, so I think they're trying to mimic that here, badly, like badly, and the White Worm is a much more. I mean, they've like put her in it way too much. By the way, she's in it more than she ever was, but she was a more interesting character in the book. Not far from Alice Rivers, and she was very white. That's why they called her the White Worm.
Interesting.
Anyway. It's your throne, my queen.
Moving on. Not yet.
Not yet.
So she demands that they bring Aegon the Usurper. And Maester Orwyle just constantly fighting for his life.
I thought he was going to bring up that Aemond nearly decapitated him an episode ago. So like, you guys can trust me.
I mean,
That
would
would have been a
Daemon
good thing to
even
bring up.
would Daemon even believe him in this? She's like, oh, the king conveniently ran away the day before we arrived. It's like that. You would think, no, he's hiding. Don't lie to me. I know we know he has actually escaped, but because they didn't know, it would just.
But anybody's still there. You're not going to believe even if they're telling the truth. It's like, no, you stayed here. And he's like, I was fearing for my life. You know, and here we thought that this might be like one of the, I won't say a good guy. There's no good guys in this entire fucking story. But he was one of the better ones. And no, he just fucking sells somebody out immediately once he's in trouble.
I could give you a better head to cut off.
Yep.
All right.
It's like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, this was, well, you know.
So he knew Otto was there the whole time? Like,
I think he was talking about Iron Rod.
He was talking about Iron Rod, yeah.
Yeah, no one apparently
then-
knew.
but then who tipped Daemon off that? Oh, you should look
The,
in there.
the
Oh, it's one of
random
the-
jailer who
yeah.
said, if you ever come down here, Laris told me to tell you that
Yeah.
Otto's here.
He's been waiting for this moment for months. Okay.
It's not even that far in from apparently the cell that Iron Rod is in. It's just like, I'll never fucking believe that this never got out as information.
Yeah,
Otto
because
was here the whole time.
Otto Hightower was in the black cells the whole time.
That was a theory that like came out like after that season.
Yes.
We talked about for 2 years, right? That was a theory that people had, that he's actually just in the black cells.
And that never made it to Allison, like at all. Not some household maid overheard a guard trying to win her favor, or like that's.
Oh, well, it wasn't convenient for the plot, but when it is convenient for the plot, there's always a servant who overhears or sees someone sneaking around or anything like that. And that happens too often, actually. It kind of pisses me off when every time someone's trying to hide something, there's always a spider. Hear it and report it. It's like,
So
I did like when Daemon looks in and he just fucking cackles. Because like this guy that he's hated for so long and has like been such a bane to him for so long, and he feels betrayed his brother and all this stuff. He just finds him in the most vulnerable position possible, like right when everything's going right for them, when their stupid plan works perfectly.
Season 2 montage is like, ooh, there's Otto, where is he? And then this is the answer.
This
He's
is
here
it.
to die straight away.
they brought him back. Great
And every
actor.
line from him is really good and really well delivered. What a shame.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's what I mean. Like it's frustrating with the changes they make, that for every change that they make that's so awful and terrible, they'll do something like this, which is accurate to the book, where this is where Otto dies. And it's like, man, you could have utilized him more. Of all the changes you're going to make, why don't you utilize him as opposed to focus on these other things?
He gets dismissed his hand and he gets called back. So he could have been there, and they gave some of his stuff to Eamon, you know, getting the Triarchy coming in. That was Otto who wrote the letter. And Aegon got pissed because he kept on writing letters, and that's why he dismissed them. And they could have put more of that in. And I'm just kind of going over X a little bit. People are just like, ha, he's dead. It's like, no, this is one of the best parts of your show dying. Yes, he's supposed to die here, but you could have had more of him, particularly last season.
But the amount they break from source and the amount of extra shit they give other characters, I don't know how they didn't think it would have been worthwhile giving more to Otto. He's been here for ages. Wouldn't it be? There's so much you can get out of him.
Yep. So another change is Daemon tells Rhaenyra that she has to do it. You become queen in this moment.
And so before this happens, when they're standing up, before she actually hits him, like, she's standing there and she is like, I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I actually don't know if I can do this. And Otto's like, let Daemon do it.
Let
At
Daemon
least
do
then
it.
I won't be hacked up or
That
something.
was a good line. But also, Damon's logic isn't actually really
not bad.
valid here. No, when he says, like, do this now, you become the real ruler, right? That's actually not technically true. If she just went up on the throne and just ordered it like a boss,
Yeah,
and just said,
but it's...
because it's actually very, very rare historically that the king or ruler performed the executions.
Yeah.
Like, that is not a
This
thing
is
that
the
actually...
symbolism and the makeup for Aegon being there. I kind of see it.
Well,
I mean,
the thing is, by forcing her to do it and her looking so weak and pathetic, and then
fucking it up.
To everyone around her, it would have actually made her look more weak as a result. It doesn't solidify her rule, so I'm not actually with Damon's logic here, where he's telling
Brian, next episode they have to show something that's pretty important. So when she takes over King's Landing, she spends the entire night going over the household staff and all the nights.
Sitting on this throne for a very long time.
Sitting on the throne.
I was thinking about it as soon as she sat down, Gary. I was thinking about it as soon as she sat down.
They need to show something that would have been more symbolic than what they did, because the only reason they did this shit, and Daemon kills Iron Rod, is so she can walk through the blood. So her bloody
footprints leading up.
Yep, it's embarrassing.
Before we get there, there's a couple of things that look. I do like how they led up to it, where his line where it's like, "You do it, Daemon. I don't want to be hacked to death." But Daemon's response then is to hand her Dark Sister, because it's a Valerian sword.
Yep.
Much easier.
That will take care of it. Yeah.
So that was, a good response. She takes it, and she can barely hold it right. And then I like that she missed the first cut and get him in the back.
Yeah. But instead of bloody...
The entire thing is embarrassing for Rhaenyra. Like,
yeah, it is.
She looks so hesitant and so weak and so scared. There's snot running from her fucking nose because she's so scared to kill this person who she wants dead and should want dead more than a lot of other people. She fucking misses the first time, and then she finally takes off the head right here.
It's like, oh, got him in the back.
Again, this is the way they're betraying the person who's supposed to rule the fucking kingdom.
And then she walks through the blood, and we see the bloody footprints. Because
that's some great symbolism, man.
Symbolism.
All right, on the footprints. The footprints could have worked if everything led up to it.
You don't need the footprints. There is something canonical that shows if somebody is the throne rejecting the person who sits on it.
They did it in the show, right? Her dad got a bunch of that.
Getting cut on the Iron Throne.
I agree with Shad, though. Like, yes, you went for full cinematography and symbolism and all this stuff. If everything leading up to it had been really good, then this scene happens, you're like, okay, that's a cool way to cap it off.
Sure.
But because so much of it is convoluted and convenient and retarded, like the ways that some of it happen, it doesn't feel like the effort you went through for this shot, for the blood, for the reflection of the blood to see her turn around right before she sits on the throne. Like, that doesn't feel earned in this episode.
Exactly. And contrast it to season 1 when the crown fell off of Viserys and Daemon picks it up and hands
a good scene.
That was earned, and therefore it had a real good punch to it, and it was great. Where this one, no, you're right, it doesn't feel earned. It's just now it feels fake, like you're trying to reach for something far greater than what you actually have achieved here.
They thought they were cooking with that one, man. Cinema. And it, like, listen, I'm going over X right now, and it's anecdotal, but people are loving it.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. On a surface level, when you're not thinking about it, people are going to eat this up. I mean, dynamic things are happening. People are dying.
I think it's just like,
nice.
oh yeah, man, I love melodrama. Yeah, man, that's my favorite. That's why I'm here for the melodrama. And it's like, damn, shit. All right, I don't know, because all of this is just so embarrassing. Like, it's so lame.
It's really dumb. You know, like comparatively to the first few seasons of Game of Thrones, where they did some really smart stuff. Not everything, but really smart stuff. This is just
That's it for Otto. You had that's it. There you go. Bye. You were sitting in the dungeon the whole time. Nobody knew. Somehow didn't get out, and then you die.
It's crazy. His last significant scene is one of the best in the series, and he's like, "Right, I'm going to go help my other family members."
If only we knew at that time, I would have mourned him.
And they just what was a passing line that he just disappeared.
He packed up, left King's Landing. Laris had men head him off, capture him, bring him back, put him in a black cell. Nobody knew that could have raised the alarm in any way for that entire time until now. It's just like, wow.
Well, the Hightower family would certainly be interested in that. They did have a line where he didn't make it. Yeah.
They were like beginning to wonder about where he was and stuff.
Oh, sure.
However,
I'm just saying,
one of the issues, again, with the gold cloak thing, there's a relatively simple fix for that, which would be Daemon being part of those discussions and being part of the planning for the gold cloaks to help them out. There's also a relatively simple one right here, which was like we saw Laris and the way that he does this work and keeps everything secret, which is using these poor uneducated criminals who can't read or write, and he also cuts their fucking tongues out so they can't tell anybody about anything he does. If that fucking guy, that fucking jailer down there, had fucking walked up to Daemon and couldn't speak, right, and he opened his mouth and he had his fucking tongue cut out or whatever, and he fucking leads him back there,